2, 1. Okay, I think we're live. I think we are live. Yep, we are definitely live.
What? Oh, we're here. Oh, God.
Okay, so hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another stream. And in our second stream, we have a very special guest for today, and that is Rags. So, Rags, how are you doing?
I am doing great. I just got off work. I sat down. I'm home where all my things are. It's a nice day inside,
Oh,
and I'm ready. It's me time. I'm
oh
ready for me time.
awesome. Uh, by the
It's
way,
live, Rags.
it's live indeed. So that took a while. Yeah, definitely, chat. It's gonna look cancerous in here. uh, so I don't know whether or not did the chat get it. Make me welcome out again. No, I will not make you a mod again, Grayson. Do you have a dual monitor set up in there?
Huh?
Oh, sorry. Do you have a dual monitor set up in there? I was only looking at the chat to the second one.
I don't know any of these fancy computer lingo terms.
Oh, I think we got the wrong Rags, guys. I think the real Rags was kidnapped by JTech TV or something. I don't know.
You just begged to have me on this stream.
Oh no.
PC gamers, they just begged to have me on their live streams. I can't do his voice.
Oh god.
He said yesterday, he said he said in a stream, I think it was actually a few days ago. I learned about it yesterday, but in a stream, it was like a 3-hour stream, and about an hour and a half into it, he said that in the debate he's going to have with me, such and such and such and such. And I haven't been notified of this debate, which is normally useful that you want to tell the person you're going to debate that you want to, debate. But I mean, I don't know. What do I know about debating?
I think that's kind of the question that you should pull back to JTech TV. But
Here, I'll message him right now and ask what he wants to debate about.
maybe he'll answer. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
But he blocked me on Twitter, so there's that.
Well, yeah, you follow me or you asked him a question, and pretty much I think everyone who follows me is blocked by Queerly Represent Me and Elena M. Cole now. Probably Steve Shives, of course. Probably JTech TV. The list goes on. I mean, you can either be with me or them. There's not. I mean, well, you can be with both of us. Well, no, you can't, because if you're with me, you gotta
No.
make a choice. Gotta make a choice.
Terrible. Hey guys, according to JTech, Rags fuck dogs.
Every day, new bits every day. That's the way I live.
Okay, so just checking in average live view duration. It's just the live control. All right. So today we're gonna be talking about PC gaming stuff. I don't really know about this PC gaming stuff, but thankfully there's a YouTuber that can guide me to this PC gaming stuff we're gonna talk about. I don't know where to begin about this PC gaming stuff.
Well, let's start out with you play on PC. You play on PC, right?
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you play consoles, right?
Sorry?
You play on consoles, right?
Yeah, I play on consoles.
Yeah. So I used to play on consoles and PC, but when I got into PC, there's just so much, and it was so I just liked it so much. I just kind of never looked back that much. But I still have a lot of fond memories of consoles, mainly like split screen at friends' houses, things like that. But really now, I'm just all PC now. If you don't count the DS.
Oh yeah. Thing is, I'm all PC because I just don't have the money to buy a console.
Oh yeah, that's you're in Indonesia.
Yep.
So what is because there's this very American centric attitude Americans have, especially when we talk about especially when talks come up about PCs and consoles and prices and things like that. In Indonesia, what is it like with the markets and the prices and things? Which one is? I mean, how does that work there?
Uh, well, it's kind of like the Americans actually. Like it's more or less the same. At least because we're not
Hmm.
we're just dealing with the PC stuff, just usual PC stuff. We're dealing with the same PC, the same hardwares. We got the 1080s, we got the 1050s. I was planning to buy a 1050 with my brother, but the plan was scrapped because I came in way too early. To another, I need to go on travel, and I can't do that with him. So the discussion is always regarding if in terms of PC gaming, or at least in terms of gaming in general, they never really like actually get to the consoles. Like it's usually the PC stuff because the console here is so expensive. It's like a luxury item basically. Like maybe the consoles there are so common for you guys.
So, so what's the with the exchange? Because you guys are you're just north of Australia, right? You're northwest of
Yeah,
Australia, right?
yeah, northwest of
Okay.
Australia.
So, I mean, is there a really big tax on imported stuff, or is it just shipping a pain in the butt, or is there any? I mean, because here you can get like what was the launch price of the consoles when they came out?
Wait,
There.
I'll try to Google it because last time I checked, it was 4 million rupiah. So I'm just gonna need to
Shit.
4 million. Oh, wait. If it converted to dollar, it gets cheaper. So
Yeah, I just I kind of at 4 million. Damn.
wait a second. Wait a second. Yep, it's a 4.9 million. I'm just gonna try to convert it to dollar. Because
Yeah,
my
is this launch
maths
price or current price?
current price
Okay.
4 million $367. That's
So that's still it's pretty pricey.
Oh, that's still pretty pricey. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Three-
Because nowadays nowadays let me Microsoft's just giving away Xboxes now. And Sony's almost doing the same
yeah.
thing. You can get them super cheap here now. Their launch price, I mean, that's only $33 below launch price
Oh, really?
for here. Yeah.
Oh,
When they launched, they were $400.
oh yeah, yeah. I remember. Uh,
So
yeah. It's
that's
even
that's kind that's interesting. That's interesting.
yeah. It's even more expensive there. So, uh, 4.9 million. That's about $367. This includes the console. It's a 500 gigabytes. So, it's a wireless sort of stick, wireless controller, HDMI. Well, that's literally it. There's no game. Like, did I actually?
Oh yeah,
they,
games.
there's there. I think that sums up the entire PS4 library.
Well,
Not
I mean,
really.
well, PS4. No, that was for a PS4 or an Xbox One. What you
PS4.
just looked up. PS4. Okay, so maybe an Xbox One's a little cheaper. I don't know. But is it more? Is there more PC gaming or console gaming in Indonesia?
There are more because the PS4 was like so expensive. There's more people are more leaning into PC gaming because you can actually do other things than just playing video games.
Uh huh.
So because in the end the console is like it's only exclusively used to play games. Oh sure, you can play Blu-ray, you can browse Netflix there because last time I played a PS4, it was on a freaking rental.
Yeah.
It was on a rental, so I couldn't really grasp in the full feature. And the only thing that I can get from the PS4 is the controller. The controller is really good. Been using it.
Yeah, I have mine. I have mine next to me. It's all right as far as controllers go. I mostly use it as a novelty. But it's hard to give up mouse and keyboard when
Uh,
you're trying to shoot things in the face.
Yeah, definitely. You can't beat up mouse and keyboard. But there are some games that play better with the controller.
Yeah, like some driving games can be better. There are, I think driving games is always the thing that pops up. I think some people have said, and now when I played Grand Theft Auto 5, I got about 65-ish hours into it, and I only used the mouse and keyboard. I thought the driving was good enough to where I didn't need to really bother. But I can't think. I mean, I've heard people say The Witcher's better with controller, but I played The Witcher 2 on controller and The Witcher 3 on the keyboard and mouse, and I much prefer the mouse and keyboard. Some people say third person shooters are better with a controller and not a mouse, but I don't understand how that could be because you're still aiming things. You just can see your character while you're doing it.
Hmm.
But driving, do you think platforming is better on a mouse and keyboard or a controller?
Platforming, no. I think platforming is better with a control, definitely, because I played Broforce and Shovel Knight with the controllers. Like, using the mouse and keyboard, it just feels odd. Like, because, I grew up with this knockoff, NES knockoffs. Like, I grew up with one of those things. So, and the first game that came out there was Mario. Well, I play Mario with a controller, and it feels kind of odd not playing Mario with a controller. Using the mouse and keyboard, it just feels so odd. Even though I know you only like use two buttons, literally almost like four
And the
buttons.
buttons really are like, they're more like keys than a joystick.
Yeah, but it just there's something odd when just grabbing the controller. There's something there to it. The feeling, it's like it gets it basically if you go to platforming. Now people, when people say like driving games using the controller, I think I can understand why. The mouse and keyboard is fine. It's just that
Yeah,
people
it's
just
fine.
it
It
just
works
people
fine, and you learn how to use it. How long to hold down your taps to the. It doesn't look as pretty, but I think it functions in almost the same way. Really, it just doesn't look as smooth.
hmm
Because it's an all or nothing movement.
yeah.
Um, but in but for really everything, I just don't. It gathers more of this. I mean, this thing gathers more dust than it.
What, your keyboard?
There you go. No, not the keyboard. Well, I mean, my PC gathers dust, even though I use it all the time. But it's the controller. I just haven't really used it in a little bit.
All
I'll keep
right.
it though. It's good. When I do use it, it's all right.
All right.
Yeah.
So the thing is, with the PC that I have right now, uh, I just usually have like a desktop setup of some sort. Like it's a laptop. Then I connect it with a TV. So basically, kind of like a dual monitor setup of some sort, quote
Uh huh.
unquote monitor. So basically, when I just want to play, I kind of pretend like my PC is a PS4. Just use the second screen only. Just play it like the way I play the console.
Well, I mean, that's just an advantage of it. You can
Yeah.
just do that if you want. Um, I could. I mean, I've got the wireless capabilities, so I could sit on this couch behind me that I normally don't use and look at my. If my monitor was bigger, it would make more sense. But yeah, it's none stopping you from doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, so what's your let's talk hardware. So what's your graphics card?
I have SLI 980 Ti Zotacs. They're the Amp Extremes. So I have
Uh
a pretty beefy computer.
oh yeah, that's definitely beefy. Uh, since mine's a laptop, but it's a decent laptop, at least decent. It's a GeForce GTX 950M. It can play most modern games decently. Thing is, it can play at 60 FPS, but unfortunately it burns at 60. So I have to cap it to 30.
Yeah,
Just
laptops can be sort of
yeah,
yeah, they can be finicky with the heat. But I mean, laptops are a lot of times. I mean, over here they're expensive. It's that getting the form factor and having them put all that power into this tiny little thing and making sure that it doesn't destroy itself. I mean, it takes some money to do that. I mean,
yeah.
laptops more of a niche thing over here. I mean, I normally recommend that unless people are really mobile and moving around all the time, they should get a desktop.
Yeah, definitely. I am mobile. I move around, so I have to use the laptop. And thankfully, this one is decent enough. It's decent enough for gaming. I can play most games at 30 FPS, which is console stuff, console FPS, but still. Uh,
Well,
and
you get used to it. If it's all you've got, you sort of get used to it. I mean, like
yeah,
I can't like I used to play on console all the time, so I played 30 FPS all the time,
hmm
almost, and now I can't go back. But then you can get accustomed as a human to pretty much anything.
yeah.
Um,
And the thing
if
is, I since there are games like I played, when I got this laptop initially, I played a lot of games at 60 FPS, and by the time I switched to 30, it's like, it got my head, it's got a headache basically.
Yeah, it's tough to go back. It's tough to look at and watch because of how jittery it seems, and
Uh-huh.
you lose that responsiveness. Um, with let me see. Well, let's put it this way. Do you have any do you have anything like on the horizon that you're trying to get to? Do you have a laptop or a desktop or something, or maybe like a small desktop, some portable, or another laptop you're kind of looking at as your next step up? Have you looked forward a little bit into anything?
I don't know. This one is fine enough. Maybe I will probably get a new laptop, but I don't know. I just don't really see the point. At this moment, I just don't really see the point of buying a new one. This
That's
one
fine.
is, yeah, this one is decent enough at least.
No. With PC gaming, you have to upgrade all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you have to.
You can't just be okay with what you have and decide when you want to upgrade.
Yeah,
Every
that's
s- every 4 months, you have to get a new GPU.
every 4 months. Jesus Christ.
That's how it works.
Oh no, every 4 months.
All
Right,
right.
listen.
JTech TV said, I want to debate about you and your right to drink illegal triangle juice.
That is nice. Okay,
I don't know
so
what that really means.
so anyway, I just recently watched your video on Horizon Zero Dawn being a feminist game.
Oh yeah, I uploaded that before work. Yeah. Um, that's a thing.
Yeah, apparently that's a
That's a
thing.
thing. Yeah, that's a thing. Um, my personal advice to other channels is that if I come to you on Twitter and I ask you very simple questions like, can you show me your sources, or can I get a number from you, and you brush it off and don't answer me, then I'll just get my own answers through YouTube. No, I don't want that. I don't take that as sounding threatening or anything. I'm just like, if I'm interested enough in your video to inquire to you personally on Twitter, then as someone who's known for making response type videos, maybe it's best if you maybe show me a little answer and just go ahead and toss me a bone here and give me an answer. But
Hmm.
I don't think she's taking it well. She's not very good. She doesn't take criticism very well, and that's a shame.
Just yeah. Did she block already? Because I didn't see the part where she blocked you.
No.
Oh,
What bird do you have? What kind of
bird.
bird do you have?
No, it's my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, because I used to have pet birds, and they're no
Oh,
longer with
really?
me. They're not dead. I just let them out the window so they can bug someone else.
Oh,
I
really?
couldn't. No, they're cheap little like parakeets, and I found one. Long story short, I found a lovebird, and it likes people, and it came to me, and I brought it home, and I got it set up. But lovebirds are loud as shit. Lovebirds are insanely loud, and they don't chirp, they don't make little noises. Hi, look at me, I'm a bird. It's great. No. They make this piercing, this shrieking noise all the time, and they once the sun comes up, and once the sun goes down, they finally stop. And I couldn't take it anymore, so I just took the cage outside, opened the door, and went inside. And like, I'm just not going to go out there for a while. And so I'm sure it's doing fine, antagonizing and demonizing some other poor human. No, I couldn't do birds are loud. They're easy to take care of. They don't smell. They're not dirty, but they are so damn loud. Be prepared. They could be
Well,
great, I'm sure. But
yeah,
my bird
yeah.
was Satan.
Yeah, if you know me, well, I have lots of birds.
I mean, imagine because here in I live in the middle of America in Arkansas, and it's kind of in the south. It's sort of in the middle of the continent with temperate climate, so we don't have like crazy sort of crazy to me. We don't have we don't really have crazy birds. Top Hats and Champagne lives in Australia, so he's just like, oh look, it's a fucking cockatoos on the porch. She's like, that shit doesn't happen here. We have like little things of robins, cardinals, blue jays, things like that, but I imagine in Indonesia you have some pretty interesting wildlife.
Definitely. I think I once made a vlog basically just showing that the cocks and bitches are just disturbing the recording every single time. Like, yeah, people have been recognizing it as a part of my video to the point where they literally, someone made a fan art literally having cocks around me. And
So
no, that's
so roosters,
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
roosters.
okay, and
Because
so
that
you don't
can
have
because then that
spiders the size of small cars or anything like that, right? Or do you? I imagine you probably do.
spider the size of a small car. Well,
You
Uh,
didn't instantly answer no. That concerns me. You have to. The fact you even have to think about the size of these spiders is concerning.
yeah, definitely. Well, not exactly the size of cars, but
Shopping carts, then.
SVUs definitely.
All right. Well, I'm not going to come to Indonesia. We only have two poisonous spiders in Arkansas: black widows and brown recluses. And
Yeah,
um,
not to mention the caterpillars. That's like the size of a motorcycle.
I don't mind caterpillars. I don't
Oh,
mind
really?
caterpillars that much. No, I'm not big in. I mean, there are worse things. I mean, when
Okay.
you go to Indonesia, if the worst problem in your life in Indonesia is supposed to caterpillars, it's like I think you're doing okay. Because
Spiders, no.
I mean, if your problem as a woman is video games, then I think you're doing okay.
Okay.
He's like, "Do you have your clitoris?" "Oh, you do. That's fantastic. I'm happy for you. Tell me more about your problems."
Someone said AMD and no cooling system wins because you can cook your eggs and play at the same time.
I've never had an AMD card. I hope they do really good, obviously, because I've
Oh,
used NVIDIA stuff and I've liked it.
I
So
have I have AMD cards
I've,
before.
I say they hit. I say I hear they get hot. I hear they get very hot.
Oh, yes, they do. At least in terms of the laptops. The
And are they
laptops.
loud or are they quieter?
Where the thing is, here's the interesting thing about laptops. If you just Google like gaming laptops and everything like that, all
Yeah.
of them are Intel and Nvidia. None of them are like AMDs.
Hopefully, with Ryzen, we could see more stuff out of them.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
too. I don't know too much about CPUs. I'm gonna have to look into it. But with my again, my card is a Zotac 980 Ti Amp Extreme.
Hey,
That thing,
oh,
it has a back plate on it, and the back plate
oh,
can get so hot. This is crazy. It can get so hot that it hurts to touch. When I was moving my RAM, when I was upgrading my RAM, because PC game is so hard, you have to take the old one out and plug the new one in the exact same way. Right? I turned off the computer, and I opened the side panel, and when I went to take out the old RAM, my hand rested a little bit on top of the GPU. It was so hot, it like hurt, and I had to pull my hand back. But it
oh.
runs perfectly. It runs perfectly, and it's insane how it is. It's crazy how they can make a computer component that can get so hot you cannot even touch it, but it works perfectly.
Yeah. The thing is, when my brother was like researching a couple of PC components, he heard like Zotac wasn't really that great in terms of hardwares. Like
Well, I
that.
mean, it's very strong. I mean, the Amp Extreme version of cards is among the strongest that you can get. I think that I mean, there's the Amp Edition and there's the Amp Extremes. So if you were to buy like a 1080 Amp Extreme, that's an insanely powerful card.
Hmm.
Um, but I've had nothing but
It's a
no, I mean,
TI,
it's
right?
worked. Yes, a 980 Ti. Yeah, and the
Oh.
second one I bought was the same kind, and it was used, and it was I think I bought it for like $350. So it was reused and it runs perfectly fine. I've had no problems with it whatsoever, and that's why I recommend it, because I've never had any issues at all with them. I mean, they automatically boost up. They come with the software to change things if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
They're just you just plug them in, they work. Never had any issues.
Yeah. So speaking of Ryzen, I'm just looking at. I only watched Review Tech USA's video on Ryzen. Uh, like the performance is like it's quite impressive for performance, and it sells very cheap. Like that's the thing about AMDs, they're cheap, but for
Yeah.
somehow they're like offer like the best the performance on that one at least particularly was
Yeah, they're
insane.
definitely pricing themselves right where they want to be competitive. And right now, I don't really have. I mean, I have an i7 4770K,
Mm-hmm.
and again, I don't know too much about CPUs, but I was told I don't have really much of an issue to worry about. So I don't know, maybe because I'm waiting for the 1080 Ti announcements to come out, because I'm a big PC enthusiast, if you couldn't tell,
Yeah,
and so I'm
you don't want to
yeah.
buy the 1080.
No, I mean, if I bought two 1080 Amp Extremes, for instance, and I put those instead of the 980 Ti Amp Extremes, then I would get better performance. However, that would cost me a lot of money. And the
Mm.
performance bonus wouldn't be enough to justify the price bump at this point with 1080 Ti around the corner.
Hmm. Nice. I think how does it think about the 1080s, the 1070, like it goes all the way to, all to 1050, was it? It's like 1050 is the lowest one I heard.
Yes, 1050 is the lowest, unless you call a GameStop and they'll tell you that there's a 1090. But if the 10 it goes 1050, 1050 Ti, then I think there's 1060, 1070, 1080, and then the 1080 Ti is going to be out soon. But the 1050 is like the most budget thing you can get, and I think if you're going to go with something budget, just go with the 1050 Ti
Yeah,
because
definitely.
yeah, you just plug it into anything. It doesn't need PSU. It just works. I mean, it's a budget card, but it's I mean, for what it does, it's really respectable for how much it is. Especially, it's like $140 for it.
Yeah, definitely. But let's go back to Horizon Zero Dawn for a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Like people, it hasn't been released, right? It's
No, I
like
think it comes out the 28th.
like concept 28, so that's 2 days from
Yeah.
now. 2 days from now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's like 2 days from now.
It's
Okay.
almost out. I think the reviews are out. I think review copies have been sent out because they're not dicks like Bethesda. So people have they've had their reviews out and they've put it out and it's gotten good reviews, which is good. It looks like a nifty game. It looks pretty. It looks like an interesting little game. But I've had people on Twitter, for instance, say it's unique and there's nothing like it because I guess in their world, third-person action adventure games are really uncommon. I don't know, but the premise looks interesting.
It's like a Tomb Raider, Far Cry Primal with like
Yeah, sort of.
robots.
Yeah, kind of. It kind of does look like that. It looks like I hope it's really good. I hope it's really great. I hope people have fun with it, and I hope that it. I mean, I hope it's a good game. I don't want anyone to buy the game and be disappointed in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, not Neo, Nier is coming to PC. The Crash Bandicoot is as well. And with PS Now no longer being supported on Vita or the PS3, I have a feeling that means they're trying to bring it into more, modern sort of things.
Oh,
I know that.
I thought
I
this is a
think that the
multi-platform game.
Horizon,
Yeah.
no, not yet, not yet.
Oh.
It's I'm not gonna. I don't think there are any plans to bring it to PC, but I wouldn't be surprised if it comes. I mean, it's one of the reasons that I want games to come to PC is obviously so more gamers can play them. Even though most games I'm just not interested in. But
Mm-hmm.
a game like that looks pretty on consoles, but it could look, I mean, stunningly gorgeous on PC. And
Definitely.
I would really like to have a game like that come onto PC to really, let it shine in its fullest potential. Because the only reason that it's on PlayStation, it's totally arbitrary. There's nothing technically that would keep it back from being on PC.
Yeah, like what's up with console exclusives? Like I just really don't
Well,
understand.
one of the things that pops up a lot of the times is when I say if you want the most exclusives, then it's an advantage for PC. PC has the most exclusives and it's not even close. Eventually people grow up and they understand that graphics and budget do not a good game make. And
Mm-hmm.
so they say, oh, a lot of them are indie games, a lot of them are this. It's like, yeah, a lot of them are. And they're way better than a lot of AAA games with huge multi-million dollar budgets and 12 billion polygons per square centimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but what people need to understand is that it is not a double standard to praise the PC for having more exclusives and to ridicule the consoles for it in a way, because it goes to show how advantageous the market and the ecosystem is for developers. I mean, there's a reason that the PC has far more exclusives than both of the consoles combined. It's because anyone can make a game and self-publish, and they don't have to sell their souls to have their games on marketplaces like they do on console. Because when you put your game on Xbox Live, when you put your game on PS Plus, or sorry, the PlayStation Network or whatever, I mean, there's always strings attached to it with Sony and Microsoft. There are always strings attached. These
Mm-hmm.
companies control everything that you can buy on that Xbox, and on PC you don't have that. Steam is probably a little bit more lenient than they should be. But games can have success without going to Steam or GOG or Origin. Game developers can successfully fund themselves with small studios and do things like that. and that's why there are way more games. The advantage of the open market and the ecosystem of gaming on the PC creates the second advantage of there are more games and there are more exclusives. Even though I mean, I think most people play multi-platforms because
Yeah,
most games are
most games are
multi-plats.
multi-platforms. Most games are multi-platforms, and the
Yeah.
thing is about this sort of exclusive, this PC exclusive sort of thing. Like, I think PC definitely has more exclusive. Not only the fact that you can actually develop games on a PC, I think it was a lot. Like, I think for the PlayStation, for the Xbox, like you need to get a license to actually get it through the consoles.
If you want to develop a game,
Yeah,
well,
yeah. I think you need it. You need.
you you have to your products and all of your updates and patches have to go through Microsoft. And it was until fairly recently that there was a service charge that Microsoft would bill you if you wanted to update your game.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, absolutely.
They literally
Yeah, they
charge you
charged
for
you.
updating the
Yeah,
game.
because you're using. Okay, so Battlefield 3 comes out. The USAS 12 shotguns with frag rounds is insanely overpowered. Or I remember in Battlefield 3, there was a glitch that would cause one of the shotguns to shoot bullets instead of shell or instead of pellets, and it would kill people across the map.
Oh,
And it was an insane glitch, and servers would instantly ban you for using it, and it was a huge problem. And the reason that it went so long without being patched is because even though the problem was instantly recognizable, the issue was DICE would have to pony up the bucks if they wanted to fix it because the Xbox and PlayStation, I think too. I'm not
oh,
certain, but I know the Xbox charged them money, and it could be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, which is one
Jesus.
thing for maybe DICE or EA, but I mean, not everybody is DICE and EA.
Yeah.
So I think they changed. I think they changed that, but I'm not certain. I don't know. I hope they did. Maybe someone in the chat can let me know.
Yeah.
But
That is
they
awful. That is.
but everything has to be approved. Like there's a reason in Overwatch PTR is not on consoles. It's because Blizzard can do whatever they want on Battle.net, and they don't have to have Sony and Microsoft approve every single thing they do.
Oh, so basically the latest updates are in like the PC.
Yeah, normally. I mean, Overwatch that's the case, and the community test environment. I think it opened up first on the PCs in the Dice games and the Battlefield games, but it's just easier to do. You can change everything whenever you want to about your game on PC. You don't have to go through Microsoft or Sony to okay and approve everything and say that it's all right. You just do it.
Yep. Well, that kind of sucks, especially because the thing is, I think when you're playing on a console, because I have like zero experience with the at least with the recent gen console, almost zero experience because I played on rental, but it's not full experience. Uh, when you're like playing on a console, like you really have to get internet. How much do you need the internet actually to get to the consoles? Like, do you need it constantly or something like that?
Huh? Say that
Uh,
one more time. Sorry.
okay. Basically, the consoles need like internet. It requires internet, right? So how constant is
No,
it?
they don't.
Huh?
They now when they don't, but they almost did, or one of them almost did in 2013.
Yeah,
When the
The
reveal,
Xbox One.
yeah, when the Xbox One reveal happened, the internet shit the bed because Microsoft decided that the Xbox One it would be mandatory to have an internet connection. Every 24 hours, your computer or sorry, your Xbox would check to see if there's an internet connection to verify that you are not a scummy piece of shit, I suppose. And if you couldn't connect to the internet, you couldn't use your Xbox. It
Like
was it was basically you couldn't play your games on an Xbox.
it like was it like prevention of pirates or something? Like
That was the excuse, but that's a dumb excuse, and everyone knows it. Who
yeah,
looks
it's
into
like
it?
it's
It
basically
would tie a
treating
game license to your profile,
yeah.
so used games they wouldn't be a thing because you couldn't just give a disc to someone or sell it to somebody because that disc would have already been assigned to the first person's profile. So basically, they had the small disadvantages of digital, the digital marketplace that exists on PC, with none of the incredible advantages that came with it. You had all of a sudden you went from the Xbox 360 and all the other consoles in one step. They just decided, bam, no more used games. And people say you could have used games, but the caveats would make it to where you couldn't have used games. For instance, Microsoft said if the developers say it's okay for you to have used games, then you can. And of course, developers don't like used games because that's not a sale for them. It is.
Oh,
I mean, it's developers don't like used games because then GameStop gets the money, or your buddy Carl gets the money, but they don't. And so now two people are playing the game, and the developer only got paid once. And the issue is that the physical game market is such a huge aspect and still remains such a huge aspect in consoles, and they're so used to it that all of a sudden swapping it like that for no real reason at all, a totally arbitrary decision on Microsoft's part, it pissed people off. And that wasn't the end of it too. I mean, you couldn't be offline for more than however much time. Your friend could only play a game you let them borrow for like an hour or 2 hours. There was the
yeah.
mandatory online.
Yeah, there are like
They
so much more restrictions when you're doing the entire
A
thing. Like,
lot of restrictions. That's the thing I hate about consoles. There's so many restrictions. You can't just do whatever you want. There's
oh, really?
always
Oh,
strings
really?
attached.
Really? Like lots. When I think of console, I just think of like at least on console because my last experience on console was the PS3, and even that one was only my cousins, and even then I thought, oh, it's just basically pick a game, just play it, and could it just be that simple? I mean, is it really as
It
hard?
used to be. It used to be that way. It used to be you just had your Xbox 360 or your PS4, and you just plugged in your disc, and it ran the disc. You didn't have to download it or do anything like that. You just ran the disc. And if you wanted to play a new game, you just took the disc out and you put a new disc in. And there was a point where it really was that simple. But now with the firmware updates, installing it to the hard drives, making sure that everything's updated, that's pretty much gone. I mean, anyone who plays on PC can tell you that the advantages far outweigh the negatives when you're on PC, because the simplicity that consoles used to have is just gone. It is just
Yeah,
isn't around.
yeah.
It's not like it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be because here when we're arguing whether or not, oh, do you want to actually get the PC or the PS2? It used to be a PC and a PS2. So back then I used to have a PS2. So I was maybe a little bit defensive at least on the PS2 because I have that thing. And when people say, oh, just go to the PC, it's like, no, just go to the PS2. It's like simple plug and play. In PC, you have to like just install this, install that. You have to do this, you have to do that. It gets complicating. But then as the consoles get more and more expensive and it gets more and more complicating to, install the games, yeah, there's a very good reason why people are shifting to PC gaming right now.
And it used to be, well, nowadays at least you can play pretty much all the PS2 games on PC now.
Yeah.
And the problem with consoles is, if I had to recommend anyone get a console, get an Xbox 360, because there's a lot of games for it. They're all cheap now. All the games are there's a lot of split screen games, and that's a huge aspect of, and that's a huge advantage that consoles used to have that they're losing. They're losing that advantage now.
Even some PC games are capable of split screening at this moment. There are some that can be split screen.
Well,
Not
there's more local cooperative games on PC than there are on modern consoles.
Yeah, that is rather sad if you just come think about it. Oh my god.
And with the 360, there were way more. There were the ton of split screen games on 360. I played a lot of them, and some of my favorite gaming moments ever were still playing the Halo games, split screen, or Call of Duty, or Gears of War, and all that stuff, split screen with a friend next to me. And
Yeah, Call of Duty.
That market's just not around anymore for the most part.
Is it is it probably because it just, I don't know. I think developers just really don't care about split screen at this moment.
Well they just want to. I think the idea, and I don't think that they're correct in saying this, but I think the idea that they have is that they want to encourage people to go out and buy other systems and play online, so that they have 2 games sold and 2 Xboxes sold or 2 PlayStations sold, instead of you going over to your friend's house and playing and mooching off of him. And I think another part of it is they don't think that people actually would play split screen as much anymore, as much as they used to, because playing online is such a huge deal now. And it's just getting bigger and bigger. It's becoming a big thing. But but I still think that it's such a huge,
Yeah,
fun
very
thing.
underappreciated in the market. They just really don't care.
Yeah, and I think that's a shame. That really is a shame.
Really a shame. And the thing is, like the latest split screen game, at least the modern game that I play on the split screen was Resident Evil 5. And that one I played it on both the PS3 split screen and the PC, also split screen, capable of split screen. And when I just the moment I noticed that you can do split screen on Resident Evil 5, I was like, yeah, bro, let's go ahead and play. But then they installed the gold update. They removed the split screen, and I was what just like what is going on with that? Like they just split screen basically gone. I just don't know what's going on with that.
Let me see. And another thing about split screen too is that when you played it on consoles, though, it would hurt the performance. The games would run worse and far worse when there were
Yeah,
4
yeah,
people playing instead of, just 1.
yeah.
And in some games it was pretty noticeable. I think Left 4 Dead by itself ran at 60 if you were playing by yourself on consoles, but if you played split screen, it hurt it down to 30.
Yeah.
So I think so, and that's just going off memory, because I remember it did run better. I don't know if those are the exact numbers, but I do remember it was smoother to play by yourself than it was if you played split screen.
Yeah, definitely. Because the game has run 2 processes at that point, so you're gonna need to like you split the processes and everything like that, and that's like two. You have to handle 2 players handling at the same time. Too much input, too much output. Yeah, definitely, it's gonna throttle the consoles.
Yeah, and the last thing consoles need is more things that they have to strain themselves to, run, because
Yeah,
they're just not very powerful. Consoles are not very powerful at all.
like maybe try to do it like PC gaming does. Like I'm still kind of baffled on why consoles don't have video settings.
Well,
Like
there are very rare examples of it. They're few and far between, but some do. But normally it's just a simple toggle. Do you want smoother and not as good, or not as smooth and better looking?
oh,
I think BioShock, actually, the first one, actually had a setting that would go between 30 and 60, and I always played it on 60. Though at the time I didn't know much about camera. I didn't know much about FPS. I didn't know much about anything. So I was like, this is just smoother and I like it more, but I don't really understand why. Because it's just not a thing you think about if you're an only console gamer, the frame rates and things. When you never see anything higher than, 30, 45, the very rare, the rare 60 FPS game, especially nowadays, it just, like Horizon Zero Dawn, for instance, is 30 FPS, I think.
yeah,
And
I think most
that's a shame.
modern, yeah, most modern. Last I've heard, most modern consoles are like 30 FPS.
Many of them, and
Oh,
they're not even doing 1080p. I mean, 1080p 60 is practically non-existent. I mean, if you're lucky, you can do 1080p 30, or you can do 720p 60, or if you're very lucky, 900p 60. But you're gonna take hits. I mean, there are videos, for instance, from like Digital Foundry about the sacrifices that 343 had to make to Halo 5 to get it to run at 60 FPS on consoles, because it was the first Halo game that did 60.
oh, so
Well, at least on consoles.
yeah, yeah, I know. That is like talking about this FPS thing. Like, how can so, like some consoles, I thought the idea was that I thought only all consoles like are 30 FPS because like people always keep
It
bringing up.
depends on the game. It
Yeah.
depends on the game. Some games can run better. Some games can run worse. Um, and it depends. It just depends on the game, and it depends on the console.
Mhm. And
Because like Fallout 4 runs better on a PlayStation 4 than an Xbox One. I mean, that's not saying much, and it's not hard to run a game better than an Xbox One runs Fallout 4, but it did run it better.
wait, what? Which platform run Fallout 4 better? The
PS4,
the
because
PS4.
it's a stronger console.
Yeah, the PS4 is like I think last time I checked the Xbox One actually go to 900p like while the PS4 goes up above that. At least that's what
Yeah,
I checked.
there's normally you'll see way more games on the PlayStation that have higher resolutions than on the Xbox, and that's because it's not as strong and it has to kind of take that hit. I know I was watching Mr. Matty plays on Fallout 4, and he plays on console, or his gameplay was on console, and I had played it on PC, and I was just like, "Damn, this is painful to watch. It's painful to watch you play this game on console. It is, it is so bad.
Yeah, because you're used to it 60. You're
It was tough.
it's definitely tough to get to 60. This is why I just limit it to 30 because I watch my YouTube videos at 30. I don't watch at 60 FPS because most YouTube videos like 30. So when I see gameplay videos in like 30 FPS and I switch to game and I switch to YouTube videos that have gameplay in it, I was like headaches, man. Like I know it's just I don't even it's just a YouTube video, but still there's a little bit of pain in it just looking at it.
Yeah, going back is hard. It's hard to go back. That was the one thing that got me just gaming. Was Battlefield 3 was a game I played on both, and it was
Oh,
way better on the middle of the road PC that I bought for it. It just ran so much better. It was way better. And just kicked that Xbox's ass, and it was extremely painful to go back. Everything looked so bad. Everything was so jaggedy, and the performance was so terrible. Like how did I bear doing this for as long as I did?
yeah, I don't even know. But thing is, I think we've done talking a little bit about hardwares. Uh, let's talk about what was it what you want to talk about with Jeff? I think you want to talk about Man for Your Air with Jeff.
Yeah, he made a tweet talking about how he wasn't going to buy Mass Effect Andromeda because of Man of Your Hair. Air? Is it hair?
Man for Your Air. Yeah,
Air or hair?
yeah. Okay, whatever.
Hair. And he got a lot of flack from that from people saying he was offended and butthurt, and he was acting just like
Oh,
an SJW and things like that.
oh, really?
And yeah, people said that, and there were differences between how they handle things like this and how we do. And so the stream is going. I'd love to have Ian Miles Chong.
On the stream. Yeah, I would love to join that stream. Because the thing is, if you're gonna talk about a freaking racist Indian who hates white people, like if it's just gonna be you and Jeff. Well, it's not exactly inclusive if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we need to get a woman. That's right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Like
gotta get women.
yeah.
Gotta either we gotta get a woman or we have to find someone who can impersonate one.
That would get a trap maybe.
Find ourselves a right proper feminist, and we can talk about men of your hair.
Yeah. The thing is, we're just gonna save that with Jeff. Like, if when is it gonna be? Like, it was like a few
Sometime
couple.
today.
Yeah,
Probably
sometime today.
sometime today. At the earliest, about 3-4 hours from now, and at the latest, I mean midnight. So another
Wow.
8,
So
but
so you
it'll be tonight.
oh, you're doing midnight streams.
Oh, at the latest, it would be a midnight, but
Oh, at the
he
latest.
said anywhere between 7 and 12.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No exact time pegged.
Yeah. If you got it, if you got the dates, at least let me know. I'd love to join that stream.
Dates are today.
Yeah. No. At least no. Sorry, the hour.
Or the hour? Yeah, we'll definitely let you know.
Okay. So we're gonna save that for later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Mass Effect because Manfier is developing Mass Effect. and and you know, people don't want to buy the game because Man Fear Air is a racist, and like I can I can really see where they're coming from. Like I don't necessarily agree with that sentiment, but I mean there can be better reasons to not buy Mass Effect Andromeda.
Well, the difference is we're not saying that he should be fired, and we're not saying that he should be shut up, that he should be no platform, that he's not allowed to say these things. We're just saying we don't agree with the things he says, and we don't agree that BioWare lets someone who's so open about it, so openly work for their company, that we're just not going to support. You're just not going to support the game. We're just going to basically express our attitudes with our wallets.
Yeah, it's all right, and I can see why people would do that sort of thing. But again, like I said, there has got to be better reasons to not buy Mass Effect Andromeda, and I have a I have a couple of reasons on not buying Mass Effect Andromeda. Well, maybe let's start off. You have seen the gameplay, right? The gameplay trailers and everything.
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Is it impressive or?
I'd have to actually get my hands on it. It looks like it could be okay, but I'd have to look more into how, because I don't want a game where you can just do the exact. It's like if it's all about whittling down health bars, if everything does it the same way, and with just like basically different looking animations, then it will feel shallow. And if I have to press and push myself to try and be creative in order to keep it fun,
Hmm.
then I'm probably not going to like it. I think Mass Effect 1 had a really good level of simplicity to it
Mhm.
because it was an RPG first and a shooter second. And this is clearly a shooter first and an RPG second, like, the second and the third one were. But
Yeah.
I mean, it looks interesting. It's very mobile. You can, I guess it depends on the difficulty too. It looks like a game that I would probably end up bumping to instantly playing it hard instead
Mhm.
of normal right off the bat.
Mhm.
But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know too much about it, but I've seen it occur and I've seen it
Are you
happen
planning
in
on buying
action.
it?
I haven't made. I haven't. I don't normally make commitments to buy games before they come out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's how I do. I just usually wait for the game, wait for at least a couple of reviews, because if the thing is, last time I think I checked on the tweet last time, someone saying that the PC version have problems.
With Mass Effect Andromeda,
Yep. I
how
think
so?
yeah, I think it was from IGN. They basically like try to play the game and like they have a couple of issues running. Like I don't know, they're like basically issues with the PC version. I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know. I mean, it's still early and it still has a way to go. I mean, like Wildlands beta is running unplayably bad for me, but for everyone else, it's running fine. Or at least everyone I played with, it's running fine. So it's just a me thing that they'll get ironed out. Like the Battlefield 4 beta, sorry, the Battlefield 4 demo didn't run basically at all for me. But then the full game came out and it ran perfectly fine.
What? The demo didn't run at all. Like, what do you mean didn't run at all? Like, you can't
It
actually
was
play
well,
it.
it was like 20 FPS max.
What?
It ran
How?
it ran, but it was unplayable.
What?
And
How can it
it was
be?
a beta.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just a
Okay.
beta. Something was screwy with it.
Yeah, yeah. I know, but how can it be?
That's what the beta's for.
How can it be 20 FPS? Like, you have all these really good hardwares and like 20
Well, yeah,
FPS.
but there can be ways in which a system treats things as like in Daisy, for instance, one of the earlier issues that caused performance problems was that your character would always render every single item in front of you that was in view, regardless
Oh yeah.
what was in front of it or what was behind it or if you could see it or not or anything like that.
Hmm.
And the UI was treated as part of the environment that was being rendered instead of being like a proper UI overlay, and it would cause performance issues and problems, things like that. And then they fix these issues, and I mean, like, no one runs Daisy well. It was just an issue of can you
Yeah.
brute force your way through it, and sometimes it's just really tough to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not huge into the text of it, but sometimes you can have things that don't look like they're complicated on screen, but the underlying processes of it are not acting as efficiently as they should be, and so it's
Hmm.
taking up a lot of attention from your computer.
Yeah. That's the thing. And speaking of PC, I think there's we're if going back to Mass Effect. The thing about Mass Effect One is, obviously, Mass Effect One is my favorite. I love it much better than the second or the third.
Yep.
But the thing is, when talking about like, there's that time in which I will only just play Mass Effect One because I played Mass Effect One by the time the Mass Effect 3 came in, and people like freaking out of the ending. And it just freak out like, oh my god,
Yeah,
the
the
ending
ending was
sucks.
really bad.
Yeah,
The ending was downright awful. One of the worst endings of a video game ever.
yeah, like
Massive disappointment.
yeah, it could be really good though. It could be a really damn good.
Yeah, could have been.
Could have been like I've heard this indoctrination theory thing, like the way that they try to like implement a couple of things being shown in the game, like connecting thing dots here and there, they could make a really damn good twist ending out of it. Like
Well,
just
the story was actually pretty decent up until, I mean, literally they literally tripped at the finish line.
yeah,
I mean, the last
it's just exposition, basically exposition written nonsense. It's basically this is why we do this, this is why we do this, and here's how you save the
this
galaxy. Just
I mean, it literally came down to three choices to choose from, and it would make so much of all the hard work that you did just meaningless. And it did make a lot of sense with the characters too.
yeah,
So
it just didn't translate very well.
you hate to see a game that you put so much effort into, and you do so much with a game to save these characters and to help these people or to make these decisions, and then at the all end it's all for nothing because it all comes down to 1, 2, or 3, and you have to pick A, B, or C.
Yeah, I think in general, the thing is about Mass Effect 3, BioWare in general screwed up the storyline or the RPG elements, because I think Mass Effect 3 storyline was the worst out of all the three. Out of all the
It,
three,
well, it had a lot of different stories in it.
yeah.
I think the stories were fine. The characters were good. I think my biggest problem with Mass Effect as a series, moving from 1 to 3, was how simplified and dumbed down it got,
Well,
and how they really constrained it. Because in Mass Effect 1, you could go to different planets. You go around and check out these uncharted worlds and find pirate bases and things like that all over the place.
yeah,
And
they
you felt
basically
like an explorer.
they basically stripped down, like, from every game progressively, from Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3. They strip down every single thing that makes Mass Effect 1 expansive, like immersive. They strip it down, it makes it open, that makes Mass Effect 1 like open. Like they just strip it out. Like the thing is, with the core shooting gameplay, I'm actually cool with it. In fact, I actually think the shooting was fun in some ways. Like if they
In
just
3 it was okay. In 2 it was all right in 2, but in 3 it was better in 3.
yeah, better in 3 because Shepard is a lot more mobile in 3. In 2, she got restrictive in the movement because if you try to sprint in Mass Effect 3, like you can literally sprint, it to the left and the right instantly. But in Mass Effect 2, it takes a while to rotate for the character to rotate into the left and right. That always
and it
bugs
wouldn't even
me.
always work. It was ugh.
Yeah, it bugs me so much. Like this is why, like, I'm kind of like confused. Like I enjoyed the Mass Effect 3 gameplay, but the story, I just didn't really enjoy the story. So I go back to Mass Effect 2. The story I enjoyed in Mass Effect 2, but the gameplay sucked. And yeah, screw it, Mass Effect 1 all the way. Like, yeah, the gameplay is inferior, but at least the story is better. Like, it's more expansive, has more enemies, more variety, and everything like that. At least it feels like an RPG.
I mean, the first one did. The other two were just action shooters that it kind of had these RPG elements into it. And
Yeah,
I hope
it
that
has a
it
couple.
looks like they're opening it up a whole lot more with Andromeda, which makes me very happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rather. I don't want these to be just a bunch of different abilities that all really kind of do the same thing. They just have different animations.
Yeah.
They have the 3 type of weapons. It's
mm,
like, okay, that's nifty. You have 3 different general ideas of what weapons could be, and you have, your tech, biotics, and your combat ability. Okay, that's good. And you can move around and throw this and chain, like the ability to chain different things together to make ability. Okay, that's good.
mm-hmm.
But I gotta see more, and I gotta get my hands on it to really know.
Mm. Oh, someone on the chat said you need to read the Mass Effect novels and the comics. I read Mass Effect Revelation. It was actually really good. So the novels, if you're talking about the novels, just follow the first three. I think it was Revelation. Basically the first three that was written by Drew Karpyshyn. The other one that was written by someone else, that one, don't read that one. It is completely off canon. It takes a lot of things that are in the game to be basically out of the game, and it was heavily criticized for it. Like to the point there's a PDF file like literally documenting every single thing that was off canon on that thing. Like, and the thing is, it was supposed to be the comic that basically fills in the story of Mass Effect 3, like the Illuminati, the who is it?
Elusive man.
The Elusive Man. Sorry,
The Illuminati man
uh,
controls the universe.
yeah, the Illuminati, the Elusive Man, and Kai Lang, which because Kai Lang kind of appeared out of nowhere in Mass Effect 3. He basically
Like, there's just this guy.
Yeah. There's a guy, the flipping cyborg ninja robot came out of Hideo Kojima's butt, just basically wiggling around and just shooting everything, and it's like, what? Where did this guy came from? And who I forgot who made this point. Basically, if you have if the Elusive Man has this cyborg robot ninja that can basically just throttle everybody else and just kill everybody, then why the hell would he need Commander Shepard in Mass Effect 2 to be revived? Like,
I don't know. I mean, if they just say that, oh yeah, well Shepard's the best. Look at all he did. You're like, of course, I'd rather have it. Do it. I don't know, but the novels for at least the first 3 novels for Halo were very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Fall of Reach, The Flood, and First Strike. Especially The Flood was very good.
Yeah. Thing is, when we're talking about Mass Effect, I find it so odd that I play lots of PC games and everything like that. The only game so far that I know that does not have controller compatibility was Mass Effect. The entire trilogy does not have controller compatibility, and it pissed me off because Mass Effect 1, I played with a mouse and keyboard. Okay, it's totally fine. Mass Effect 2, they switched the shift button and the space button, and okay, that takes quite a while to adapt. Like, it really does. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'll play with a controller, plug it in. It doesn't work. Just checking on PC Gaming Wiki. At the time when I was looking at a PC Gaming Wiki, it doesn't work. Like, there are no options for controller until finally mods came in, but that was at the time where I just couldn't give a damn anymore. So, like, it just baffles me. Like, how can a modern game? I wish that, well, Inquisition has controller support, so I wish that BioWare does that. I wish Andromeda on PC has freaking controller support because
a PlayStation 4 controller can work with any game on Steam with that you can use a Steam controller.
Yeah.
It's a replacement controller basically. So
I know.
With Origin stuff, I don't know. I've never tried with Origin stuff. I just use mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, because I am someone who goes back and forth between the two. Sometimes I use the controller, sometimes I use mouse and keyboard. There are games that I'm comfortable playing with the controller with, so there's that, and that's perfectly fine for me. But Mass Effect was the entire trilogy. Just it doesn't have controller support. At least native controller support. You can do it with the mods, definitely. But at the time when I was playing the entire thing, like there's no controller support. I was completely freaking baffled. Like BioWare just doesn't really care about PC. By the way, have you played Dragon Age Inquisition?
Nope.
Oh, really? That is
I really
interesting.
haven't. I love the first one. The second one was okay. No interest in the third.
Oh, really? Because I have played Dragon Age Inquisition, and to say it was painful was it's it was painful basically. At least in terms of controls, like
I've
Do
heard
you
some
know?
good things. I've heard some bad
Yeah,
things.
yeah. But the basic core of it, like the controls, like do you want like how do you move in Dragon Age Origins?
You just,
Point and click, right?
I mean, no. Wait, do you? No, you don't. I don't think so. I think
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
in battle. In battle, you did.
Yeah, you can move it like Dragon Age Origins. Like you can actually zoom the camera all the way up so that it feels like a
It
MOBA
was.
game.
Yeah, you can. I just. It was so. It's been so long since I've played it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you would. I think you would just move with WASD until you got into battle, and then you would tell your character to move places.
Yeah, you can basically it moves like a MOBA. Basically, it kind of works like a MOBA. You just move it around. It's basically Dragon Age Origins is like a BioWare game, except it's kind of like the gameplay is basically Diablo-esque style, if you know what I mean.
I mean, I played Origins. I beat it.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I was talking
It's just
Origins.
been so long ago, though.
Okay.
I just forget.
Yeah. The one thing that's definitely I can say is that it's not like Skyrim. Not at least in terms of the gameplay. At least in terms of combat. Like when you click something, it didn't actually swing the sword. It didn't
Yeah, it
actually
would
swing the sword.
initiate
It would initiate an
whatever your
attack.
action or an attack or
Hmm.
something. Yeah, it's not like you were actually telling your character attack now, attack now, attack now, go 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 go.
Yeah, it basically like that, right? Now in Inquisition, well, first of all, in Inquisition you can't zoom out. You can't zoom out like the way you do it in MOBA. And second, in Inquisition, you have to like hold the right mouse button and WASD. So you like have to hold it like it's necessary. It's unnecessary. Like there's too much complication on this simple act of moving, and it is kind of painful to play. Like I just want to move my character using the WASD right mouse, just move it around. It's kind of it just doesn't feel well. It just doesn't feel as well. So I said screw it. I switch it with a controller. Turns out it plays better with a controller, and I I find it so baffling that a dungeon crawler game like Dragon Age Inquisition it just plays so much better with a controller. Like
That's strange.
yeah,
I
that
don't know.
is
I've never played it, so
yeah.
I have no plans to either.
Don't I just recommend if you're a PC gamer, if you use mouse and keyboard, just don't. It's I just a little bit I don't know, just a little bit painful. And yes, someone said that it's a CRPG camera, not a MOBA. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, just basically you get my idea. You get the idea. MOBA cameras can. Oh yeah, I forgot. Mobile cameras can't be rotated. You have to like you have to, it's just stick on one. Cause I never played MOBA. Have you played MOBA?
Unless you got you can in Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition.
Oh yes, you can. Well, it's is that a MOBA? I think that's a CRPG.
What's the C in CRPG?
Computer role playing game.
Computer role playing game.
Yeah, like CRPG is basically like Baldur's Gate or Diablo or Planescape Torment or yeah, basically those kinds of things.
Well, if you haven't, for anyone in the chat who likes RPGs, you need to have Divinity Original Sin. It's like one of the best.
Definitely. Oh, definitely. No argument
Um,
there. I just definitely get Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. Yeah, get an
someone
Enhanced
said,
Edition.
Rags, do you think Witcher 4 is possible? Of course I do. Why wouldn't it be?
No, well, it's possible, but not. Well, I think CD Projekt Red was working on Cyberpunk.
Yeah, they said they have no plans to go back to The Witcher, but they might at one point. They might, but they didn't say they had any plans to.
Yeah, Witcher. I haven't beaten that game. I just got into the first couple of levels. Since I got a new hardware, so haven't gotten to the game.
Well, it is pretty tough to run.
Well, it's tough to run. Tough to run? You mean as in the hardware? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to run. But there's a lot going on, and it's very pretty. So.
Yeah. But thing is, since I capped my frame rate at 30, I just don't notice it. I just tweak the settings on high, cap the frame rate at 30, just keep it there. I don't want to go any higher than that because it gets kind of sickening. But yeah, at least I can enjoy the game. At least I can play it.
Yeah, you can. You can get
Uh,
used to it.
have you played in terms of Witcher? Because I briefly played Witcher 2. I haven't played Witcher 1, but I also briefly played Witcher 3. Like people have been like by the time Witcher 2 came out, like, okay, I've heard people recommending me and everything like that. Yeah, Witcher 2 is great and everything like that, but then I
It is, but it's a bit tough to get into. It's definitely not a game for everybody. It does not hold your hand. I mean, Witcher 3 is an improvement pretty much in every way over the second one. And
yeah.
the second one is really, really good. I played it and I beat it, but it would be tough to go from 3 to 2
Mm,
because of they learned so much from 2,
yeah, yeah.
but it's a shame because 2 is still really a good game. It still has great characters and fantastic dialogue and all that stuff. But it just the movement and the combat was completely different. Like healing in combat, no, that's not a thing. No.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was
In Witcher 2,
There's
like you have
always
to
save all the time, save all the time, save all the time.
like in Witcher 2 you have to heal outside of combat.
Yeah, it was just different. It was just a different game. It was very tough, but it was very rewarding to do. I mean, you could get items and abilities that would allow you to heal slowly over time, but it wasn't like, oh, I'll just wait for a couple moments and my health will recharge. No, it's like maybe if you're lucky, if the fight is long enough, you can survive an extra hit kind of thing.
Hmm.
But I mean, damn, great game. The Witch 2 is a great, great game.
Which
But
yeah,
three's better.
Witcher 3 is better. Yeah, the thing is
Yep.
because I played Witcher 2 and Witcher 3 because by the time I played Witcher 2, I just I want to continue it, but I just don't really have to. It's not that the gameplay is sucks or not that things that suck in there, but I just don't really have the time to get through it. Witcher 3, I also just didn't really have the time to get through it, but I just jump in straight to Witcher 3. The one thing that I'm worried is that jumping to Witcher 3, like you don't really know the characters and everything like
Well,
that.
story wise, you don't really need to. I mean, things are
Oh, great.
explained enough, and you understand the characters as you go, and you learn the characters as you go. So you don't have to know who Triss Marigold is. You probably have more appreciation for her if
I
if you've played The Witcher 2 because she had a big role in that. But you don't need to. You can still
Yeah,
get a grip of who she is and what she stands for and all that stuff.
yeah. I
It's not
know.
mandatory.
Yeah, I know Triss from Witcher 2. Like I played the intro, so I know her. But I don't know Geralt's quote unquote daughter.
Siri? No
Siri.
one
Yeah.
does. She wasn't. I don't think she wasn't in 2. I don't think. I don't know if she was in 1 or not. I never played the first one.
Oh,
But you
really?
don't have to. You don't have to really know who Siri is. But she wasn't in 2.
She was. Oh, she
Um,
wasn't in 2.
she's
Okay.
like, oh yeah, I had this person
Yeah.
I mentored, and she's
Yeah.
very important, and she doesn't conflict with the story not being in. It's weird looking back, sort of that she was never mentioned, but it doesn't have any narrative problems really. You can play the first. You can play through The Witcher 3 and have never touched a Witcher game, and I mean, they knew that The Witcher 3 would be the starting point for a lot of people, and so they kind of built it around that.
Mm-hmm.
But you learn it. The game is long enough, and you interact with people enough to where you learn all the characters, so
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to worry about, oh, I don't know the backstory.
Yeah. The thing is, I really want to watch your Witcher 3 is racist video. but unfortunately I didn't get through the game. Like I think like the way only way I
I
want to
don't.
watch it.
There's no spoilers. I don't think. I don't think there's any spoilers in it.
Well, no, not really, but I just the thing is when I try to play some games that I really want to play, I try to avoid as much as video exposing
Fair enough.
to it.
I don't. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. When I try to play some games and you just try to avoid it. WTF, avoid it as much as possible. Avoid spoilers. Uh, and the thing that's also the thing with going back to Mass Effect Andromeda, like people have been making this fuss about how the female character is like really ugly, while the male character is like really looking really good. And what are your thoughts on that?
Well, since most people who play hardcore games are male, and of course most of them are straight, then of course they don't also notice that all the males are extremely attractive as well.
They don't really notice.
I mean, it just doesn't. I mean, I mean, the males in games are also absolutely very handsome, and they're attractive, and they're fit and muscular, and um, they're eye candy just like females are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the thing is, at least in terms of Mass Effect. Have you romanced anyone in Mass Effect?
Yeah. I played a lot of Mass Effect. I've beat all the games. Many of them. I mean, the first one I've beaten it like 5 times or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I think I've only beat the third one twice. The second one twice, 2 times ish or something like that. But yeah, I did a lot of the romance options. Why?
The romance. Basically, uh, did you notice how the romance options get less and less for every game? Like,
Well, let me see. In the first Mass Effect, you could have if you were male Shep, then you had Ashley,
and
you
Liara.
had Liara,
That's it.
and if you had a
Female
a female, then it was Caden
or
or
Liara.
Liara.
So basically,
So that
Mass Effect has one for each. Basically, kinda.
in Mass Effect 2,
Mass
if you were
Effect
a
2,
female Shepard,
you can. It's
let's
a
see,
little bit more expensive. Miranda, Tali, Jack,
ugh,
the who's that?
Tali.
Who's that chick that was your assistant on the left? Kelly Chambers. There, that and
Yeah,
the other one.
she
Oh, Samara,
she
but
was like,
Samara doesn't grant the achievements. It's not a full romance. Let's just count the full romance here.
and let me see.
What else?
God, let me see. Let
Mo-
me actually look it up real quick. Let me look up Ma-
who are you looking?
Mass Effect 2 crew. Okay,
Yeah,
let's look here. Legion, no. Tali, no. So Tali, could you romance Garrus in 2?
yes, only a female
You
though.
could. Okay. All right. Tali, Garrus, Miranda, Jacob.
Yes, you can romance Jacob.
Jacob. What about the assassin guy? What's his
Thane,
name? Kane.
Thane.
Thane.
Yeah,
Because you
Thane.
with
Yes, you can romance him.
okay, and Jack, right?
Yeah. Oh wait,
Six. So
no,
that's
you can't. You
six.
can't romance Jack as a female.
So that's
6. So, to sum it up,
so
three option for men, 3 option for women, and for both you have only Kelly. That's literally it. So
oh,
it kind of increases on Mass Effect 2.
yeah. It's double.
It's doubled. It's a lot more expansive in Mass Effect 2. You can even romance the aliens. Because the thing is, in Mass Effect 1, I also want to romance the aliens, but well, the game doesn't give me the opportunity to romance the aliens,
Yeah.
and so okay, fine.
And yeah, and for some fucked up reason you can't. But fuck Grunt. Lame. So
Grunt.
let's look at the Mass Effect 3 risk.
Now,
The
the Mass Effect 3.
list.
Okay,
All
Mass
right.
Effect
So
mostly the Mass Effect 3
I'm looking
mostly
at the
carry
list.
from the last game.
Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley you can
Um,
romance.
What about Samara?
No.
All right. So okay. Ashley, Liara,
Yes.
Tali.
Yes, but only if you carry out from the first game. You can't
Yeah, and
romance
more.
her.
You can have sex with Morinth, but she kills you.
Yeah, doesn't count.
Jack, no, right?
No, only carry from the first game. There are moments, but only if you carry from the first game. Like the one thing I want from Mass Effect, just bring the Mass Effect 2 crew back in. Everybody in the Mass Effect 1 crew back in so that the romance can continue. But the romance that genuinely continue in Mass Effect 3, only Tali and Garrus. Or Tali, Garrus, Caden.
All right, here's a
Liara,
list of people
and,
you can. Here's a
Ashley.
list of romanceable characters. Here's one here. Diana Allers.
That IGN chick, no.
Yeah, Ashley Williams, Garrus Vakarian, Miranda Lawson, Caden Alenko, Samantha Trainer, Jack, Steve Cortez, Tali Zora Vest Normandy, and Liara Tassoni. So they went from 3 to 6 to 10.
3 to 6 to 10. But no. What I'm talking about here is like not really exactly like at least for the straight ones. At least for the straight ones they get less. Cuz you know, as a female shepherd, I want to romance a human, but the only romance option I want to have with a human is Caden. So like Caden is So I romance Garrus, which there is option for that. But in Mass Effect 3, they only give Samantha Trainer. Trainer is actually really good, surprisingly. Unlike Cortez, Cortez barely has any character. I couldn't really know him. Uh, and then you have in Mass Effect in how is it called? Uh, why can't you romance James Vega? That's the most baffling thing.
I forget so many of the characters.
Yeah, Vega is the muscular Hispanic guy. Yeah.
I don't know because I remember him. Yeah, he's what's the difference between James what's the difference between Vega and Mass Effect, and what's his face from Dead Space 3?
Wait, what? How the
You
hell
know, in
can?
Dead Space, well, no, in Dead Space 3, you had Isaac Clarke, right? What's
Uh-huh.
her face? And you had the soldier dude for the co-op buddy.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the exact same person.
Oh yeah.
James Vega
Yeah.
and that guy, they're the exact same person. I can't, if you put them next to each other and told me to pick which one was which, assuming they didn't have their armor, I was like, I don't know. They're the same to me. They look the same to me.
Mm, well, yeah. The thing that I find bizarre about Dead Space, like that co-op character like just pop in and out of nowhere. Like if you play single player, it feels so odd. Like they just pop in, okay, pop in, pop out, and
Yeah, and horror is immensely decreased in a game when you have somebody with you. Isolation adds to the the fear of it.
mhm,
And Dead Space 3 was not a bad game at all. It was just not a good Dead Space game. But it was
mhm.
a good game, and I'd recommend you play it if you haven't. It is a good game. It's just not scary. And
Yeah.
it's not really tense. There's only like two places where it's like, oh, this is pretty spooky. But no, that's it. I mean, I think the first but Dead Space is the best. Um
The
and
first,
I got yeah,
I personally
yeah.
thought the second was the best.
Yeah, some people say that. I think the first was. I think the settings. I don't know. They're both really good, and I love them both to death. And the thing is, I got all of the achievements on both of those games.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, I was huge into Dead Space 1 and 2. And 3 was like, oh, okay, this is good, but I beat it, so I have no reason to go back. Um,
Yeah,
but
that
man, I was super into it. Dead Space 2 were great games.
yeah, I was into Dead Space 2 a lot more because they basically tweak out a lot of the things that were like flawed from the first game. They just tweak the gameplay out. Yeah, sure, the horror was basically jump scare, blah blah blah, just jump scare. I couldn't like it irritates me so much. Like, well, to be fair, the jump scare was like so little. Like they didn't actually, not really little, but it just doesn't really have enough impact to me because they just can constantly do it. Just do it constantly. The only jump scare that got me in Dead Space 2 was when they got to the kids. The baby, where it got to the baby section. Do you remember that?
Yep. Dead
And
Space 2, yeah.
yeah, they got to the babies part, baby section.
Babies.
You go the exploding babies, which is creepy, but not as
Boomy.
creepy. Boomy. Yeah, they go to that part. Then you go to the backstage. Then for some reason the game decided to throw this prop of a sun smiling
Yep.
out at me.
I
was like,
remember that. Yep. Mhm.
what? Like, just
It was like
God!
the game was saying, "Don't forget, this is a horror game." Ha ha ha. Like, oh, thanks, I got that. Thank you.
like yeah, you know, the
But
gore part, the monster jumping out, calling out to me, like the horror, it didn't got me. Like, okay, fine, whatever. That flipping sun came from the
But
top.
yeah, it's one of those cheap sort of things. And
Yeah.
that Dead Space 1 was definitely the best and the most creative in the way it was scary, because it really did a good job at it. Had a lot of just really, really creepy ass moments of things that you saw, and a lot of very subtle things that you saw as well. And it wasn't just jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. And you did get this feeling of, these things are evil and dangerous. And there was the mystery of not knowing what they were. And as Dead Space fell into the problem of trying to explain things too much, and when they did that,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
As you learned so much, like that the Dead Space 3 story just was awful. It was awful in the sense of the origin of how everything starts and all that, but it was really cool, the idea of an entire fleet that does all this stuff and everything. But
Mhm.
that was really creepy and scary, and it makes you gut feel weird that they did that. But in the first game, what made it so terrifying was obviously the creepy things you see, but the fact that this was like this alien demonic sort of force presence, and you didn't know where it was from, what its purpose was. You didn't know what it was there to do. You didn't know how old it was. You didn't know anything. It was just this monster stuff,
Hmm.
and is just monster stuff in space. And
And
the fact that you
and
didn't know anything about it made it scarier.
and the thing about Dead Space is that I think Dead Space 1 you are almost entirely alone in that game.
Pretty much the entire game you're
Yeah.
alone. You don't.
Almost, yeah. Almost alone. Like they are okay, maybe like a couple of flashbacks,
Yeah,
but
there's no flashbacks. There's you
oh, illusion. Not really flashback, just hallucination of like your like
yeah,
Isaac's
Nicole.
Nicole. Okay.
There were only there were very few moments when you were actually like in the physical presence of friendly characters. A
Hmm.
lot of the times it was through glass, or it was through a radio,
Hmm.
and it really did. You felt isolated through pretty much the whole game. And in
Hmm.
games like Amnesia: The Dark Descent, you were alone
Completely. Yeah.
95% of the game,
Ni-
99% of the game, you were alone.
Yeah, you're alone. That's the magic that Dead Space, the first Dead Space, got. But the second
Yeah.
one, they decided to add support characters, which I don't mind. Well, to be perfectly honest, but it just kind of that part kind of loses the horror, but it does add character. It does give more
Yeah.
context to the
Ellie
story.
wasn't isn't a bad character,
I
and
I thought I
some of
thought
the people you do find are really weird. I mean, I think Dead Space 2 had a really good opening in the hospital in the loony bin.
uh huh.
Um, but with a game like, what is it? Gosh, I was just thinking about it a second ago. But I lost it.
Well,
With
what game?
yeah, I don't know. I lost it. Maybe I'll come back. But oh well. With, I mean, Dead Space was so the premise of, there are a lot of movies and things where the premise of being stuck on a spaceship
Hmm.
with something else that's trying to kill you, or have you seen Event Horizon?
Yes.
Excellent movie. It's the same premise. People,
Yeah.
weird things happen. They go on a spaceship. Shit hits the fan.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
There, the section in Lost in Space, for instance, the old movie. There
Mhm,
was the Dead Space series, Alien, of course, being stuck on a spaceship in the middle of space with no help coming, and you're alone, and it's claustrophobic and dark.
Yeah.
I mean, you
There's
could reuse that setting an infinite amount of times, and it can keep its appeal if you do it right.
yeah, definitely. Because space is like if we're just doing on Earth, like well, we could just literally run somewhere just to get it out. But in
Exactly.
space,
On Earth, on Earth, you can just run away. If you are on a planet, you can run away. If you're on anything, you just get away. But in space, you can't just leave.
mhm,
You
you
can't
can't
just
just
get
leave.
out.
Yeah, it's vacuum everywhere, and it's gonna suck out your oxygen and everything like that.
It gives, and that was another thing that was great about Dead Space, is it was we have to fix this thing so we don't die on this spaceship, and then it turns into, how the hell are we going to get off this spaceship?
And
And when
I
things
also
went
love,
wrong, everyone's like, oh
yeah, I also love that Dead Space. Most of Dead Space weapons are not really weapons.
yeah, they're
They're like
tools.
they were tools. They're like cutting tools and everything like that, line
Yeah,
covers and everything. They're not really weapons in a sense. They're just like construction tools for that time. The only weapon
yeah,
was that assault rifle. That's it.
yeah. It
Or
was
was
the
it?
military, the pulse rifle. Yeah,
Yeah, the pulse rifle. That's literally the only weapon in the game that is can actually be considered a weapon. The rest was tools. Like that kind of thing. That's what I love about Dead Space and Dead Space 2. They just in Dead Space 2 they expand more of the weapons. That's what I love even more. And the one thing that it just makes the adds into the universe, because at that moment you just like you have no weapons and everything like that. You're terrified. You only have tools to cut off what is it called, the necromorphs.
yep,
Yeah, you can only have tools to cut them off, to cut off their limbs, to actually to fully kill them, and you have no weapon. The only weapon you have, pulse rifle, and the pulse rifle, well, it's not the best weapon ever. I think the plasma cutter is still the best weapon.
and yeah, there was one of the achievements was beating the whole game with a plasma cutter, and
Oh,
it sounds harder than it is, because the only ammo that you then pick up is for the plasma cutter, and then the only weapon you have to upgrade and put stuff into is the plasma cutter.
Yeah,
So you upgrade it really quickly.
it's not hard because I did a run at least, but not entirely. I did a run on Dead Space 2 just with the plasma cutter, and
You can
and
do
there's
it.
some part there I just like, okay, screw it, I give up.
Yeah, I
This
just
is
wanted. Well, the hardest part was there was hardcore mode in Dead Space 2 was the hardest thing to do. That was the one where it was set at the highest difficulty, and you could only save the game 3 times throughout the game, and if you died, you reverted to your last save. So that was pretty challenging. That was really challenging.
yeah, it
But I
was.
did it,
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah, I did it. I got all the achievements.
that's
And in the
great.
first Dead Space, the most difficult thing to do was impossible mode because
Mhm.
it was just very difficult, and you had ammo issues and the toughness of enemies and how much damage they did. It was just very tough, and I didn't get that done until I had played the game many times before, and I knew where things were, and I knew the best strategies, and I knew which corner to cower in while they were moving. You just kind of learn the game to the point where, okay, now
Mhm.
I know where to be, and I have it now that I have all this advanced knowledge of what'll happen.
Mhm.
I can play it on impossible.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Speaking of difficulty, like I'm not the type of guy who plays games like harder difficulties. Like
Yeah, I understand.
yeah, I
You want to
just
have fun.
yeah, I just want to have fun, just casual, laid back. Cause in RPG games, like I just in RPG games in general, I just tweak the difficulty all the way down because I suck. Because
And it depends on the game a lot of the times. Some games, if you turn the difficulty up, it gets more fun because you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
just
I know.
almost like cheese the game.
Yeah, I
If
know.
you can just run through it without any resistance, it becomes boring.
Yeah,
But if
I
you
know.
block it up too hard and that happens a lot in games that and it's one reason I think Killing Floor 2 does difficulty so well. Enemies don't just become bullet sponges. They do different attacks and they move at different speeds. They're
Hmm.
different types of enemies and they actually move in different ways.
Hmm.
And that contributes to the difficulty more than you just have to shoot them more now. I
Hmm.
hate that. I hate when that's just what makes things more difficult. Bullet spongy enemies I hate them. It's
Yeah,
just not fun. It's dull.
yeah. But I think bullet sponge enemies like don't they have like weak points? Like maybe you can
Some
some.
do. I mean, some don't. I mean, if you're playing Vermintide, for instance, the rat ogres are the tanks basically, and I don't know if they have weak spots or not. Maybe the head a little bit, but you just have to smack them more. And in games when enemies have health bars, sometimes it doesn't matter where you hit them. They
Hmm.
just the bar just goes down slower than
Yeah,
normal because they
bullet
have a higher
sponge.
health pool.
Yeah, bullet sponge. And I think that kind of happens a lot in like Mass Effect. That's a good. There's a good reason why. I think when I hear so much people like complaining about how the enemies are like sponges, like they just absorb bullets, like in Mass Effect 3. Like, yeah, screw it. I'm playing it on narrative difficulty because I just want to get to the game. I just want to get to the story. I don't care about this combat nonsense because the thing is about I've heard the criticism of Mass Effect 3 is that when you tweak the difficulty all the way up, the problems of the game gets more noticeable. The
With
problems of
what
the
game?
Mass Effect 3.
I played it because I have it set as last playthrough, my current playthrough at least, I do have it set to hard or pretty darn hard, and
Hmm.
I'm going and I have an adept character, and I don't care like any guns. It's pure biotic powers, and you can use them really quick and almost get kind of spammy with them.
Yeah, yeah,
But
I
you
see.
have to definitely play pretty smart to beat that game. And there were some sections I recall that got pretty difficult because you could get dropped pretty fast.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. It's just been so long since I've actually played the game. Maybe if I went back into it, I could see.
Yeah.
But off the top of my head, I can't recall.
Mhm. So, speaking of, now that we're going back to Mass Effect, uh, Rags, what was that? Oh, god damn it! I think, I was talking. I was trying to think about something, but I just forget it. Um, Going back to, there was like some people in like in like in the comments, like they basically suggested that they don't want to buy Mass Effect Andromeda because like a couple of things here and there, like the one we're gonna talk about with Jeff Holiday, and the stream is gone to 1 hour 25 minutes. So we're gonna wrap this up for a bit, just for a moment. And by the way, we're is the hangout with Jeff Holiday going to happen? Like
Yeah, I assume it is. I mean, he wanted to. He was thinking about doing it yesterday, but I had already been on Honey Badger Radio.
mhm,
Had the thing I do every Wednesday and Friday. So I was
mhm.
like, I think I'm just live streamed out right now.
Okay.
And plus, I don't want to. I didn't want to put it on a timer.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, So I said, let's just do it tomorrow. It'll be a Saturday night anyway, instead of a Friday night,
Okay.
and we'll have more time. I won't have to go or leave. And again, it's like 3 live streams in a day, or that's a little too much for me.
Yeah, sorry that I put you on in here again.
Oh no, this is fine. This is fine.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I haven't, like I was actually, as we were talking, I was kind of looking at some of the comments in my video, because pretty much once I got home, I
Uh,
messaged you and said, I'm home.
oh, okay. So like, thing is, I was actually planning it the first time I sent it 1 hour before stream. Like I didn't know that you were working. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
sorry,
yeah. Yeah,
sorry.
because the time, because it's 5 p.m. where I am. It's almost 5. What time is it for you?
Almost 7 in the morning.
Almost 7 in the morning. Okay, so
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah. I wake up early, so I don't have problems waking up early. I used to wake up like 4 and 5, like originally, like back when I was in high school, that was like a thing. So I just kind of get used to it. I don't even need alarms. I just wake up early. I wake up earlier than my alarm. That's the thing. So anyway, I think that's about 1 hour and 27 minutes for being streaming. Talked a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of stuff.
good.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we
talked.
talked all sorts of stuff. Oh, Undoomed commented on my video. Sweet.
Nice.
He actually did. He actually did.
He actually did comment on your video. That
He
is
actually did. That's really awesome. I'm glad.
that I did not expect that. I thought it was just gonna wait. Was it recent? I'm gonna check it out.
It was 6 hours ago, because I'm just looking through these comments pretty much for the first time, as I was listening to you, just kind of casually looking, and sure enough, there he is. Fantastic.
Where is it? God damn it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
I'll pin it. I don't have any comment pinned, do I? I don't think I do. No. Well, it's pinned now. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I
I'm so
got it.
happy. It's like weird. Like I still don't know how to feel about the fact Keemstar follows me on Twitter. I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Keemstar followed you on Twitter? Really?
Keemstar follows me on Twitter. Yeah,
That is
Keemstar.
nice. And by the way, I watched you on Honey Badger. I did expect you to watch me, but I did not expect Supreme Dodge to watch me. That was completely unexpected. I thought he's not. I thought anybody under 100 budget are not gonna watch me, but it turns out some do. Some
Yeah,
do.
word spreads. But I mean, that was cool. They might say they might have me back, and they probably will.
Hmm.
Which would be nice. That was fun. We had a good time talking about this and that and the other thing, and it was a good little time. I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, someone suggested Brutal Doom versus Doom 4. That's a
Um,
nice debate.
Doom. Well, I never played Brutal Doom. I've played like the original Doom,
Yeah,
but
the original
the
Doom. The modded.
Doom. I'm playing Doom 4 right now on like Nightmare or whatever the highest difficulty is, and it's pretty
It's,
darn tough. It's
I
good,
think it
but it's
was.
tough.
Oh, it's
It's tough.
ultra violence was the highest by the when you play the game initially. Like Nightmare, I think
Yeah,
you
I
would need
beat
to
that.
unlock. You
Yeah,
need to
I
unlock
think
it.
Ultra Violence is, I think, probably the best way to play that game.
Yeah, I played in ultra violence as
Because
well.
Nightmare is like hard. Like you got to really know what you're doing. You got to be switching weapons, and you got to be shooting this guy, that guy, and sometimes it's tough. But Ultra Violence is just the right amount of challenge where it's not a cakewalk, and you got to be paying attention.
Hmm.
But in Nightmare, you're like, I have to find every upgrade, I have to find everything, I have to be as best as I can, as soon as I can be the best I can possibly be it.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get butt fucked if you
Hmm.
don't.
Hmm. I haven't beaten the game yet. I am still playing on Ultraviolence, and yeah, I played on Ultraviolence as well because the original Doom. Like I played the Doom games always on like the highest difficulty. Like in terms of shooter, I'm fine with. Sometimes I'm fine with higher difficulties, and especially with Doom, because now Doom is like my favorite game of all time. So it just absolute nostalgia with that game. So I played it back then. I don't like the thing that was confusing to me. Like I can comprehend easy, medium, or hard, but back then the option "I'm too young to die," "Hurt me plenty," "Ultra violence," and "Nightmare." I don't know what the hell was that those options. So I just clicked Ultra Violence, and back in my childhood, I just played the game in Ultra Violence all the way until now.
That'll teach him. He'll grow up right. At this point, every shooter will be easy now.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing that beats Doom. Doom is just like next to Wolfenstein, The New Order. I think Doom is just amazing. Just a great shooter, a great modern shooter. I think there was Shadow Warrior. Shadow Warrior was also really good, at least in terms of like nostalgia, kicking back nostalgia, nostalgic shooter. I think they're gonna make a new Quake. When are we gonna make a new Quake?
Something like that. I haven't played it yet, but yeah, when it's out, I'll definitely take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with, aren't they doing an Unreal tournament?
Yeah, they're gonna do another Unreal tournament. I cannot wait for that.
Bring them.
Yeah.
Bring them on, because Doom's multiplayer was okay, but
I haven't played multiplayer, so I can really experience that. Just single player. Yeah, but
what do you think about I believe it was, let me look at it real quick. Let me scroll real quick. Give me just one. Overwatch takes Games of the Year at the 2017 DICE Awards.
that's weird. Certainly. How can Overwatch? That's kind of interesting. Because the thing is, how long have you been playing Overwatch?
I don't know. Actually, does it say what does it say whenever you bought it on your account? If I go to Rags here and I go to account management, maybe it'll tell me real quick. Give me just a second. I've only played like 52-ish hours or so.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to here. Overwatch. I purchased it. It doesn't say. Transaction history. Haha, here we go. Let me see. Overwatch. It doesn't say. I mean, because I got the special, special he edition or whatever. It doesn't show me. Of course I can go to fucking Amazon, duh, because I bought it through Amazon because I'm a stupid dog. Let me go to Amazon here and look at my orders. But not terribly long. I'm really getting kind of into it now.
Mm-hmm.
So let me Overwatch. The digital, the deluxe, or it's Origins editions, right? Overwatch Origins editions, PC. It is not telling me what I collector's edition. Here it is. I got it in. I purchased it on September 11th, 2016.
Interesting.
So I haven't had it that long, really, and I'm getting back into it. So
okay. You have much better time on Overwatch than I will. I only played Overwatch in like my friends. My friend only has like the best PC ever, so, and he's the one who actually bought Overwatch, so he's the only one who actually experienced it. I only played for like a couple of minutes at best, so I don't really know. But the minutes that I play Overwatch, it was good. It was a nice experience. But you're the one, but like, what was other than Overwatch? Like you basically call The Last of Us overrated.
It was. I think The Last of Us is extremely one of the most overrated games of all time. I think Overwatch is up there, but the thing is, I think Overwatch really is a good game.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really overrated. People treat it like it's freaking, the God Emperor of games, and it's good, guys. Don't get me wrong, it is a good game, but it's not like like
Yeah,
insanely
yeah,
amazing. But it
yeah.
is really good. Um,
Last of Us.
you get to a point where you're just like, okay, I'll take a break, and you kind of get back into it. Now I'm kind of in that point where I've played a lot more now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you get into these the playing games for me a lot of times it's slopes and hills. You play something a lot and then it kind of drops off a little bit, and play a lot and then it drops off again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. It's a lot of games
there you go.
have that sort of appeal. Like you only played it like a couple of hours, then it gets kind of boring. I think most Bethesda games do this for me, because there was the time where I played so much Fallout New 3 that I got so bored by it. Then I got to play Fallout New Vegas.
Yes.
I got to play Fallout New Vegas. Oh, it's a brand new experience, brand new things here and there. So I get to enjoy it again. Then I beat it. I replayed it again. It gets kind of boring. Then a couple months I stopped playing Fallout New Vegas. Then a couple months later, I played it again. It was exciting again. Like I don't know. Even though, how can I get bored by it by that time?
With Fallout 4, what was interesting with Fallout 4, I played it like 4 or 5 hours. I think I played it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I played it for maybe 18 hours or so, and then I just stopped. I was done. I was like, nah, this game's not that great. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finish Fallout. And so
Fallout.
I played it and played it. I was able to get about 50 hours total. And then I said again, I just think I'm done for the second time. And then I'm like, fuck it. We're putting them in. Let's go. And so I modded the shit out of Fallout 4. And that got me all the way to the end. All the way. I got every single. The thing was with Fallout 4 was once I went to every location, I was like, I'm done. Like, there's no point. I beat the game. I went to every location. I saw all of the awesome art and the crazy detail. And I saw how all the artists just nailed it out of the park with making this world. And then I was like, okay, I've seen it all. I'm done.
Yeah. Like
and I haven't been back since.
There's literally no. The thing is, there's almost literally no reason for you to. That's the thing about Bethesda games. Like, by the time you explore everything, the one thing that I hated about Fallout 3, even though I freaking love Fallout 3, was that when you're done with all the quests, like you got nothing else to do. Like, okay, explore a couple of parts here and there. Like, okay, once you're done exploring, like, what now? Yeah, it's just kind of over. It's just kind of done. They're basically.
I definitely got my money's worth. I recommend it as a game. I absolutely recommend it as a game.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely worth the money. You will definitely get your money's worth out of it.
Yeah, Fallout 4.
And I think with people who especially have really good computers, they will get the most out of the really gorgeous Commonwealth. It really is very, very beautiful.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's really the best thing about it is the Commonwealth itself. Whereas in the other Fallouts, it was about, kind of doing stuff, But I don't know what Bethesda's doing next, but for the first time in my life, I'm just not really excited for the next Bethesda game.
But to be perfectly honest, by the time Fallout 4 came in, I'm not really excited as well, because the Skyrim, I played Skyrim. I have the same
Skyrim's
experience.
Another one of the most overrated games of all time.
Okay, so Skyrim, I played the vanilla Skyrim, completely vanilla Skyrim. I think, was it on a PS? No, I didn't play it. I was on a PC the first time I played Skyrim. It was completely vanilla, and I only got to like 6 hours in before it didn't feel enough for me. Like there's a little bit of punch. It just there's not a little enough punch for the game. Like it just doesn't impact me as much.
A lot. Yeah, I had to mod Skyrim a lot to play even more. I still haven't beaten it actually.
Oh really?
Which is a game. Yeah, I still haven't. I've got a lot of hours in the game. I played it on the console when I still played on consoles, and then I got the PC version, and it was just insanely better in every way.
Yeah.
It was another one of those games that made me wonder Xbox for so long, and I modded the crap out of it, and it was fantastic. But then I just then you just get dull with it fairly. I mean, Skyrim is a good game, but it's still insanely overrated. It's all right. It's good. It's all right.
Yeah.
But it really takes modding to make it shine.
Yeah, that's kind of different from which is very odd, because the last time I remember, I played through Fallout 3 not modding a lot. I didn't really mod a lot of things in Fallout 3. I think I only mod the UI. Like the UI has a lot of flaws. Was it the UI? And yeah, that's literally it. I just mod the UI. Just played through the entire game without the mods, and I still find it fine. Then I go to Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas, I also just mod the UI, and I just got through the game fine. And yet for some
Let
reason,
me
Skyrim. Yeah.
let me go to Nexus Mods and let me go to Browse Files.
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll go to Browse Files and I'll go to all the games and I'll go to Skyrim. Okay. And I'll tell you what the top mod download
It's
for
Sky UI. It's
yeah,
going to be Sky UI.
it's Sky UI. Here, let me go to Skyrim here.
It's I think the top mods
Here
like
we go.
Sky UI is like the top one.
All right.
While you're doing
Sky
it,
UI has a download count of 14,546,000.
Yep. Is it most downloaded of all time?
Oh wait, no, it isn't. No, it isn't the most downloaded mod for Sky UI. How can I go? Oh, let's go to most downloaded. Okay, that's the most endorsed. The most downloaded is actually the Skyrim HD 2K textures. Then it's Sky UI.
Okay.
Then 4's new idols in Skyrim. So new idol animations, I guess. Apache Skyhair, climates of Tamriel, immersive armors, things like that. A lot of quality of life stuff. Which is what I did for Witcher 3 too.
Wait. Oh, I Fallout. That I got distracted. So in Fallout 4, the most downloaded mods, which is the odd one, is Armorsmith, and then CBBE, which I don't know how CBBE got. Yeah, maybe people got like so into the women or something. Yeah, okay, there's that. Armor and Weapons keyword community resource, which is not even a mod. It's basically some sort of a framework.
Armorsmith?
Armorsmith is a mod. It just basically adds more things to the armor.
That is one of the reason it's so good is because it does a lot. It lets you have it takes away the stupid restrictions of the vanilla Skyrim, the vanilla Fallout 4, and removes them in ways that they shouldn't have been there in the first place. So it lets you, it says every outfit in the game can now be worn under armor pieces, and all armor pieces should show up when equipped. Every hat and every helmet in the game that doesn't cover your face can be worn with bandages and gas masks. Every outfit and every hat and helmet in the game can have ballistic weave armor added to it, and you could change the way. You can all clothing items are moddable and renameable. It fixes it makes a bunch of fixing issues, a bunch of compatibility issues pretty much. And it allows you to look like you would want to look. It lets your character and you compare it with so many other mods like backpack mods and things like that. And then and I can go through my games here, and I was able to actually make this survivory kind of character that actually looked like it was the apocalypse and it was a wasteland. I had pouches and bags everywhere, and I had leather armor, and I wasn't I looked like this scavenging sort of survivor.
Okay. Yeah, there's that, and I think the other mod I did not expect this mod to didn't actually go in the top one. The dialogues mod, I expect that to be on the top, but it's sort of not.
It says the full dialogue interface. It's the third most downloaded.
It's not in mine.
It goes. Well, make sure you're going by downloaded, not endorsed.
Yeah, I already did.
It goes Armorsmith, armor and weapon keywords community resource, then full dialogue interface mod. Then there's texture optimizations, homemaker expansions, True Storms, which is insanely good, vivid Fallout things, enhanced blood textures, body slides, improved maps, darker nights, lowered weapons, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of really good mods.
And the thing is, like, the only way for me to Bethesda to actually make really good, like, how come Bethesda didn't come up with the Sky UI when the game was originally released? Like, I hope that the Sky UI, like, that UI was so damn good. It was really damn good.
They should have just bought the rights for it. It's like, here's all this money. Let us use Sky UI.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah.
Just why didn't it came out with the original game? At least do it in the enhanced edition. Like the enhanced, I think they keep the UI in the enhanced edition, which is I hope they don't.
And talking about mods,
Hmm.
when people are, because there's the whole thing about paying for mods, and everybody has the right to
Oh,
monetize. Every single mod author and creator has the right to monetize their mod if they want, and
but
it's just a matter of how it's implemented within Nexus or through Steam or wherever.
yeah.
That's where all the problems come in, because mods, I mean, especially if you only play on console, or if
Hmm.
you're just not into mods in general, some mods can save games.
Hmm.
Fallout 4 and Skyrim are saved by their mods,
Hmm.
and some of these look like they are professionally done. I
Yeah,
mean, you hear
yeah.
mods and they're like, oh, they're these little things, and you see some silly ones, and there are lots of silly ones, absolutely. But
Yes.
a lot of these mods look like a professional sat down in a studio and they worked on it and they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And some of these mods have so much work put into them that it improves the game in an insane level.
Yeah, it's countless how many rebalance mods in Skyrim. They tweak the difficulty,
Yeah.
they tweak the
Even that's just tweaking numbers, and even
yeah,
that
just
stuff
tweak.
can make games so much better.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not like the textures and everything like that. They're like really large files. Usually, these difficulty tweaks they're like really small. Like
Yeah,
there's
they
only
just say instead of this bandit doing this damage, now it does this, and instead of this weapon doing this damage, now it does this, and it doesn't affect for performance or anything. It's just now it does this number to another number instead of that number to another number. It's
yeah, it's very
yeah, it's there you go.
it's very simple. It's very easy, and it's surprisingly, even though it's just yeah, it just changed a couple of numbers. It does make the game so much better. Like
Oh yeah,
I
like
played.
Skyrim, how a lot of games when you get to like a certain level, all of a sudden the game just gets insanely easy. Well, this
Mhm.
prevents that.
Yeah, there are lots of mods that do that. I think Fallout New Vegas. I think I installed Project Nevada. That was insane. It adds a lot of stuff in there, and it does tweaking the difficulty. I do find it difficult. Like I have to like I'm not usually the kind of guy who like play it on hard, but Nevada does add in quite the difficulty. There are also rebalances, so you can actually tweak it out yourself. And the thing is, that's what I love when mods do that. You can actually tweak and balance the difficulty any way you want. Like maybe you need to add, maybe the, certain enemies are harder, or maybe certain loots you can get it way too easy. You can just tweak it out, tweak it in any way you want. The way the mods do it, it's just insane. And especially with Fallout, I just kind of admire like the models. Like they actually made someone actually made a texture project. Like they reduced the textures from a 2K to yeah the textures in Fallout like 2K to 4K. They reduce it to like 1K or less. And the fact that you actually do that to all the textures in the game is insane. Like the effort that went into it is just like why didn't Bioware why didn't Bethesda just hire these people?
Well, sometimes a lot of modders do get hired by companies.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, they're like it's like a public portfolio in a
Uh-huh.
way.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It just gives in a lot more options for just game developers just want to actually get in. Like if you're a game developer, maybe start off modding, then maybe you can actually do especially with Bethesda games. Because the thing is, wow, I actually kind of think of it. There are less time and time again. PC games got less mod friendly. Did it? At
I don't
least,
I think it's as good as I don't. Has it gotten worse now?
and like I think no. Just think of a couple of games. Like Doom 2016 was not moddable. You can't mod it. Like the best thing about Doom that I freaking love is that you can mod it, and Doom 2016 you just can't. That kind of pissed me off. And especially
Yeah, that's normally considered a big thing.
used to be, but
Doom,
Wolfenstein,
yeah, Doom,
Wolfenstein,
1993, Doom 3, Doom 2.
yeah,
It's not
used
here, yeah,
just
not through Nexus.
yeah, not through Nexus definitely. The Witcher you can mod The Witcher, right? You can definitely
Oh
mod it.
yeah, yeah.
But
There's a lot of great ones. It's
yeah,
mostly just like rebalancing and
yeah,
quality of life stuff that make the game way better.
yeah, I know. But just I was kind of disappointed that Doom doesn't have mods. Uh, oh yeah, Inquisition you cannot mod it, which is flipping bizarre. You can mod the original Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2, but you can't mod Inquisition, which is stupid. Uh, Mass Effect, you can't mod Mass Effect, obviously. Like, I just wish that there are more mods for more games, like more frameworks. Just maybe if you just mod Mass Effect, you can add in new storylines, new characters, which are kind of impossible in some ways because you need to add in the voices too. But well, it could be done.
Well,
I mean,
some people make entire campaigns that look like, these AAA companies made them. I mean, they get voice acting and all that stuff.
yeah, there are like new like some form of a DLC mod in Skyrim. Like you can actually have mods that actually add an entirely new world, which I find it so bizarre. Like with fully voice acted, the companions mod that are fully voice acted is just it's great. They have in lots of backstory, lots of stories here and there. Like I just it's really damn good. Like give more options. Like it makes games more alive. Like Skyrim is basically at its bare bones. Skyrim was kind of but by the time you mod the game, like you can go back, replay the game, just install whatever mods you wanted, and it just it makes it feel alive again. And Doom especially, like Doom, I cannot play Doom like the original classic Doom. I freaking love it. Don't get me wrong, but I have to install Project Brutality so that it makes the original Doom feel a lot more alive. Like
Yeah.
it's to the point where I think that Doom Project Brutality is a lot better than Doom 2016. I just that's basically me. They added lots of weapons. The weapons are so insane. You can like dual wield assault rifles, like triple miniguns. Like there are so much variations of energy weapons. Like the BFG doesn't only shot one type of just just the usual blast BFG, and then going or moves around, just zaps nearby enemies and just blows up. No, they're actually adding new modes, fire. Like you can add shield to the BFG or a laser beam BFG. Like it's insane. Like the amount of modding that Project Brutality can do. It was basically Brutal Doom, but more enhanced. But it's insane. Like you can make an original game that was was dated as Doom, and you can make it feel more alive again. And it does that with Fallout. And if Bethesda is going to release their next game, I don't know what our next game are. Maybe a next Elder Scrolls, which
If I had to choose between the two, I really have no preference, to be honest.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I don't really,
or maybe a new IP. I don't know if it's a new
maybe.
IP. It would
I
be
mean,
interesting.
now we live in a gaming world now that's post Witcher 3, and so Bethesda has to get their shit together with their next Elder Scrolls, because then everyone's going to compare it to the Witcher 3.
Yeah, because Witcher 3 is like it's
set the bar so high that people will be disappointed in Bethesda
it's
game
not-
to some degree if it doesn't match up.
if it doesn't match up with Witcher 3. Yep. And there was, and I just wish that especially when Bethesda, if you're gonna release your games, release the creation kit immediately right after the released game, because by the time you do that, because in Fallout 4, like the reason why I can't really fully enjoy Fallout 4 is that they released the creation kit like after they released the DLCs, which it does restrict lots of modders to actually mod some elements of the game. But by the time they release the creation kit, like lots and lots of mods, lots and lots of options for you to do it. It's insane. And so if you just, because the thing is, knowing that how Bethesda games are right now, Fallout 4 and Skyrim, everything like the recent games, I just couldn't play it. Like I'm not gonna play it like early on by the time it was released, because vanilla, I know by the moment I play it, vanilla is always gonna be bad. So I'm going to wait just for a couple of hours, or not couple hours, couple of months, or maybe a couple of maybe a year, just to wait to see where the mods came in. And Fallout 4 so far, the mods have been kicking in, and it's
fantastic. Oh, they're amazingly good.
Yeah, it's great. Like it's much better than the vanilla Fallout 4. Like don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the vanilla Fallout 4. Like I think the shooting gameplay was okay. Like it's fun. Like it's fun in a lot of ways, but the RPG elements kind of suck. Where are the freaking, like they have to replace this with a Far Cry 4 style skill tree of some sort, which
it's really bare bones. They took away there weren't traits anymore, and there's infinite levels, so you have no reason to really fine tune your character into something. Still, I mean,
Yeah,
they just need a lot of work. It just needs a lot of work, and there's a
yeah,
lot of mods that do change RPG stuff. They add this and they add that, and they rebalance and they flip the positions of things, and a lot of them do good stuff.
yeah, definitely. And yeah, that's why I got so pissed off by the time they removed the skills. Like that's just like the
Yeah.
essential part. Like they removed the skills, the sneak versus the sneak. I used to bump the sneak up all the way, sneak all the way up, or the lockpick or the science. I used to do that in Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. But Fallout 4, oh, you have to do this system where you basically a skill tree where you need to unlock this and unlock that for certain characters, and you need to have this amount of special attributes or this amount of special attributes to actually unlock this skill.
Leveling up in Fallout 3 and New Vegas felt like it was more rewarding and important, and in Fallout 4 it was like, oh, I leveled up again, all right.
Yeah, it feels kind of just
Yeah,
it
like,
doesn't.
I guess I leveled up.
Yeah, whatever. It just doesn't really matter. It doesn't feel as rewarding, and thank God for mods. Just it's much better right now. Like I can actually enjoy the game. The leveling up just feels a little weird, and there are sometimes in just maybe in like a couple of playthroughs I just want to go God mode, just basically tweak my characters up all the way up and just
Yeah, you
smash.
just do silly things, and you just do silly things and mess around and just have fun.
Have fun.
The audacity of it to use mods just for purely screwing around purposes. Stone Fox Media, he made a video talking about PC gaming sucks because you could use cheat codes and mods and stuff like that. So you can look it up and you can find it.
Oh no. Okay,
It's pretty bad. It's pretty cancerous. So
PC games cannot use cheat. That's his argument. PC games can't use cheats.
PC games can use cheats, so they're bad. PC gaming is worse because
you can cheat.
Because you have the option to cheat in a single player game that you bought.
Oh, come on. Like, oh, I thought he was arguing that consoles are better because you can cheat in console. Like, oh,
no, he's an idiot. He didn't say that. He's an idiot in a different way.
Okay, so he basically said that you can cheat in PC gaming, therefore it's bad.
Therefore, it's bad.
Like,
correct.
Cheat is like
that's what he said.
Cheating is like a personal preference. Like, if we're talking about multiplayer, well, definitely you don't cheat in multiplayer. But in single player, just do whatever the hell you want. Just maybe add some trainer in your game.
Have fun. God forbid.
God forbid. Like, just literal God forbids.
It's like, what? Have fun.
Yeah. No. You can't. PC gaming sucks because you can access some of the things in a PC. You can access the memories and everything like that. Like, actually, in some strange ways, like some trainers actually make the game better. There are some games like they are so damn difficult. Like, screw it, just pop in a trainer and just mow everything. Like, I just mow through everything like it's nothing. Like, one example of this game is Dark Souls. I know it might be so freaking embarrassed by this, because I'm so embarrassed to say this because my brother beat Dark Souls legit. My little brother beat Dark Souls legit twice. I couldn't get through that game without using a trainer. So
it's not easy. It's not an easy game.
Yeah, it's not easy. So I couldn't get through the game using a trainer. So by the time I pop in a trainer, it's like one hit kill everybody on the entire place.
Oh, this isn't so bad now.
No, I was like, oh, it wasn't so bad now. It's like my brother is out there going to on his cousin's PS3. He beat the game on a PS3 once. So he was like, oh, you can do that on a console. Here, let me plow through enemies with my freaking halberd. No. With my the sword that was like cut off in the game, my early sword. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna use that throughout the entire game. Watch me. Just put in one hit kill, just mount through everything.
First they laughed, now they're dead.
Just great, just love it, just laugh living crap out of it. But I do feel jealous though, because he beat the game twice. Legit, completely legit, and he's on the process of beating Dark Souls 2 legit. And because his PC is like terrible, like he couldn't beat he couldn't play Dark Souls 3 because his PC is terrible. But
that's a shame because it looks really, really gorgeous.
Yeah. Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2. He was on a process beating Dark Souls 2, which I asked him opinions. Like he thought it was okay. It's not like there are ups and downs with Dark Souls 2. Like he just really wants to play Dark Souls 3, but it runs like 5 FPS. So
Now that's part of the challenge.
yeah, that's part of the challenge.
That's part of the challenge. The 5 FPS mode.
Okay. Oh, someone asked, "Are you forgetting about Prey?"
I haven't watched stuff on Prey, but I'll do that after this is done because
Have you played the original?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, you should play the original. The original is amazing. It's basically Doom. It's basically a Doom 3 clone, which is it's rather odd. It's run on the same engine. It's basically a Doom 3 clone. So depending on whether or not you like Doom 3, actually, because I love Doom 3. It's not like the best Doom game ever, but it still has the best core shooting elements in it. Like at least it's better than most modern shooters these days. So I'll take Doom 3 than Call of Duty anytime. So there's that.
I'll take a look because I've heard it's like a spiritual successor to System Shock.
Yes.
And I like the premise of System Shock too. I didn't really like the game all that much, to be honest.
Oh,
so
I've played System Shock 2, but I haven't beaten it. I think Yahtzee brought this point that System Shock 2 you couldn't really beat the game unless you like tweak a couple of character skills. Like in Deus Ex, one of my favorite games of all time, in Deus Ex you could literally beat the game just almost untrained. Like I can just literally beat the game using using the baton, the original police baton.
Well, in stealth games, you can kind of get away with that. Like I can imagine you could beat like Dishonored or Dishonored 2 without leveling up. It'd just be probably pretty difficult.
Well,
Dishonored 2, by the way, is really good.
Yeah, Dishonored 2 really good. I haven't played it. But the first Dishonored, well, if you just you get the was it called the leap ability, the what was it? The not the transformation, the teleport ability.
The teleport, blink.
The blink ability, yeah. You get the blink ability early on, right? So just literally use that to just get the blink and wait for blink to recharge. Just blink from one place to another. Avoid all enemy, avoid all contact. Don't knock anybody out, and you can probably beat the game.
That's possible in theory, but it's
possible
in theory. It's easier said than done.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. The thing is, if you're just gonna go for stealth games, like there could be an option for you not just knock everybody out, because when you're
I'm going for no kills.
No kills, and no knockouts. Okay.
No kills or knockouts. Yeah, I mean, going total undetected it's definitely difficult.
Difficult, but it's really fun. I did
Absolutely,
yeah.
I try to avoid enemies when I can.
If there are games that gives me the option to just avoid enemies, I will do it. Watch Dogs 2 did this, and yeah, have lots of fun with that game.
I know with in Ghost Recon, like Conviction and Blacklist, there was
Ghost Recon Conviction.
Ghost, yeah.
Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell. Conviction and Blacklist were really good. I really like Blacklist especially.
Oh yeah. Blacklist is.
But that was a good one for going either pure stealth or kill them but undetected and just shoot them. Bam.
Yeah. Blacklist. Actually, I love Blacklist because more so than Conviction. Game. Yeah, I love Blacklist more so than Conviction. Conviction was it just really because I freaking love Chaos Theory. Like Chaos Theory is like one of my favorites. I haven't played Double Agent yet. I played it for briefly. So by the time I get to Conviction, it was a little odd. Like they changed a lot of things, and it just doesn't feel like Splinter Cell anymore. But by the time I get to Blacklist, okay, it does feel like Splinter Cell. Sure, the story kind of Sam Fisher doesn't really have the same charisma like in Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Like it's Chaos Theory, he wits through everything. Like he jokes through everything. Like every single time the character just opens up briefing missions and like he cracks jokes and like I was laughing my ass off out loud.
Cynical sort of humor, like Geralt's humor.
Yeah, there's Geralt. Richard 3.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
he has a cynical sort of sense of humor sometimes.
Yeah. There's that. Who is that guy from Thief? I forgot. That guy from Thief.
Isn't it some edgy kind of cool kid name like Hawken or Raiden or something?
That guy from
like
Thief.
That.
I forgot. I think When you
His name is Hey You.
who?
His name is Hey You.
Huh?
That's the name of everybody that I don't know.
Hey you.
Hey You.
Oh, that's why I got confused. Garrett is the name of the thief, guy in Thief.
Garrett.
Garrett is the guy in Thief. So I got
Yeah,
confused when you say Witcher 3. Garrett. So I got kind of confused.
Garrett.
Okay.
Yeah,
they
man,
both
how long have we been going? We've been going for a while. I think I might need to take a break.
2 hours. Yeah, we've gone for 2 hours. I think that's enough.
Especially because we'll see each other with Jeff to talk about things. Yeah.
Yeah. By the time you get to Jeff, by the time Jeff contacts you or something, just DM me and maybe we'll set up a hangout. I don't know. Did he mind maybe?
Oh yeah.
With you? Would he mind though? I'm not sure. Just
that's
asking.
fine. Yeah, he's fine with it. Absolutely.
Okay, good. So there's that. So I think that concludes. I'm paying attention to the chat. Of course, I've been paying attention. I have the chat on the I have a dual monitor. I literally have the screen on the right. I paid attention. I just don't notice you. Now I got notice you, chat. Hello. So anyway, thank you so much, guys, for joining me on the stream. Rags, thank you so much for joining me on the stream. It has been great. Good. It's great. It's insane. We've talked a lot of stuff, and we should do more of this sometime in the future.
Absolutely. You know where to find me whenever you need me.
All right. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Ciao.